This is former TNA World Champion Raven, and you're listening to TNA Cross the Line podcast. Quote the Raven, nevermore. And don't cross the line. Or do cross the line. I'm not really sure if you're supposed to, you're not supposed to. I don't know. Whatever. You get it.
TNA Wrestling. Cross the Line.
And we're back with episode 96 of the TNA Cross the Line podcast. I am Colling Jr. With me, as always, is Dallas Gridley. In Dallas this week, Dusty Rhodes is back in the ring, teaming up with James Storm to take on Kid Kash in Dallas in the ever-dangerous bunkhouse brawl match. It's a non-title, so we don't have to worry about Dusty winning a championship. But more importantly, the main event tonight is going to be for the NWA World Championship. AJ Styles defending against three other guys: Raven, Chris Harris, and Ron the Truth Killings. Dallas, are you excited for this one or what?
Dude, that main event alone is going to be awesome. I like that the first match you mentioned is the bunkhouse brawl. When that is...
Yeah.
There's other really important things happening on tonight's show, Bob.
I feel like those are the main two.
I mean, I guess Dusty coming back is like a big deal, but Jerry Lynn could like lose his spot on Team NWA when he faces off against Bobby Roode from Team Canada. And then actually, I think what I'm even more excited about than that bunkhouse brawl is Sonjay, Dutt, and Amazing Red's third match out of their what is it, the 3-strike challenge they called it originally or something. It's the best 2 out of 3. And the last match was better than the first, and now I'm thinking this one's about to be a freaking banger.
Well, I guess we'll have to see. I mean, it has progressively gotten better.
Right. Hey, and listen, I'm all for a bunkhouse brawl. I like a street fight. It's going to be a nice, messy match that's going to lead us to, I'm really hoping, an awesome 4-way main event. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong. Well, no, I am wrong. I was about to say something, but it's the first time for sure that the title's been defended in a 4-way match in TNA. The heavyweight title.
I don't think so. We only
had
like a triple.
They've done 3 ways. Yeah.
Yeah, we've had triple threats.
Yeah, so it's the first time that they're doing it a 4-way. So I think that's exciting. However,
that's thrilling development, and they all have intertwined together
in a pretty damn good way, man. They did really good with building all of these contenders, but I can't seem to get out of my head. We know there's someone waiting in the background, and that's Doubleday Jeff Jarrett. So I'm a little nervous, but
yeah, he'll find a way to sneak himself in there, probably.
Yeah. So
we didn't even see him. He wasn't even on the show last week, right? I mean, maybe like a pre-tape, but not.
Yeah, if it was anything, it was like a pre-tape thing. But yeah, he was not like physically at the show again. He hasn't really been for a couple weeks, I think.
Yeah, seems like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, I don't think we can forget, and we're gonna talk in depth about it before we start the show. But we had a big announcement last week. TNA Impact. It's starting in June, baby. June 4th, I believe, is the date they gave us. If I remember that.
Yeah, I think that sounds
about right. So we're going on Fox Sports Network, FSN, TNA Impact. Holy shit!
3 p.m. on a Friday.
3 p.m. on a Friday. But it's pretty exciting, and it's really exciting for our show, Bob. So. Yeah, listen, we ain't watching it 3 p.m. on a Friday. Will we release the episode 3 p.m. on a Friday? Well, probably not, but it's kind of a fun idea, but I'm not going to do that. You guys are going to get it early and ad-free, probably about 5 a.m. Eastern, if you want to get specific.
Early and ad-free. You know what? Maybe one of these days, because like those episodes are obviously 45 minutes. Maybe as a spoof, we should release an Impact episode that's like 2.5 hours.
And it's like ads.
But it's all ads.
It's a Conrad podcast, so we're just gonna.
The first 7 minutes is an ad, and then we say, "Hey, welcome to the show," and then we talk for about 4 minutes, and then there's 17 more minutes of ads.
Although I'll tell you what, man, I actually I texted you on the side about this. I checked out the Extreme Life of Matt Hardy podcast because he is currently, well, it's old news by the time this airs, but he's doing a 5-part series on the Broken character, which of course originated in Impact or TNA. So I've been checking that out, and I wasn't sure if I was really liking it at first, but as we've gone on, it's getting pretty good. However, it's the same thing, man. It's got a shit ton of ads in it.
Isn't it part of like the same network?
I thought it was, and I wasn't 100%. But if it is, dude.
Oh, so you don't know still? I thought you were gonna say, but it's not. Or something.
Oh no, I'm not 100%. Honestly, I feel like it. I think you might be right about that. But I mean, there is like literally Conrad ads of like him talking.
I remember a time when podcasts existed to avoid ads, because like that was the problem with radio. That it was always just not enough content and mostly ads. And now it's all ads.
Look at us now.
It's unbelievable, except for us.
Except for us.
And IcoPod.
And IcoPod, which if you haven't checked out, me, my buddy Bob, and our friend Austin Skinner, we are watching WWF from 1996, and it's really sad. But you can come check it out.
We're almost into 97, and that's like, I feel like when it gets good, and Austin doesn't think so.
Yeah, well, anything's better than what we're watching. It's rough, but it's not as good as what we're watching here in TNA.
I was going to say, TNA is probably the more entertaining in-ring stuff out of the two podcasts.
I feel like we got a real treat. Like, we record IcoPod on Mondays. Generally, we record our normal episodes on Wednesdays. So it's like I get really sad in the beginning of the week. Then by midweek, I get happy again. I get my dessert, my lava cake from Domino's. But in the beginning of the week, it's like they're sad breadsticks.
You really get desserts from Domino's?
I mean, I haven't. The last time I did was with you like 4 years ago.
Holy shit, okay.
When I came over to watch WrestleMania, and you're like, dude, we're getting Domino's.
Getting Domino's, bro.
We're getting Domino's. And I was like,
cheap
okay,
and effective, man.
We're getting fucking 4 lava cakes then. And they were good as fuck. But anyways, let's talk about last week's show a bit, Bob. And then I want to talk about some things about the announcement. There's been some nice press, some interviews and stuff. I figured let's just kind of clump most of that together. And then I have plenty of stuff to talk about during today's show, including people who have quit the company, people who are coming back to the company, people who have signed contracts, people getting surgery. I mean, dude, it's all over the place today. TNA people who are backstage at WWE shows. We got a lot to talk about during today's show.
Wow. TNA guys that we've actively seen?
People that we have seen in the past couple weeks were backstage at Judgment Day.
Wow.
Were they trying to get a job? Well, you're going to have to stay tuned to find out.
That's interesting. That's really interesting.
Yeah, I thought so too. So, last week's show, me and Bob, we liked it. Gave that a big thumbs up. We are on a freaking streak right now. Let me see. Can I give you the streak? No, I closed that document. I did. I closed the document, so you're going to have to get that. I'll tell you later when we decide if we broke it or not. So, Bob, what do you think the readers of the Observer thought about last week's show?
I will say they went with a thumbs up.
They did. That's right. We had 57.1% giving a thumbs up, 19.0% thumbs down, and 23.8% were in the middle. But it needs to be noted that it was a bad response again this week. So bad that it looks like, they didn't do very good. Let's just put it that way.
What does that mean?
Do I really got to give you the numbers though? I always feel like you're
how many
judging.
people overall? How many people overall? 12?
21.
21. Okay, that's not that bad.
I mean, I guess it's on the low end of what we averagely get.
21 is not even like a. It's not even like a high school classroom.
I mean, right? Yeah. At least there's more than 21 people in the crowd. But anyway, what do you think was voted on as the best match from last week's show?
Are there more than 21 people in the crowd paid?
I'm going to say yes, because they always say like 2/3 is free. So that other third, if we got like 900 people,
there's like 100.
There's at least 100.
At least 100 people. All right. What's the best match?
What's the best match?
I'm going to say they went with AJ and Harris.
Yeah, they did. Which, as you listened to last week's episode, about halfway through the match, we were like, Dallas, are you bored? And I was like, yeah, man, I'm bored. And then it fucking picked up really good. And I was like, okay, I actually thought that was a pretty good match. Yeah, it did. So we called it a little too soon. If we just bit our tongue for like probably a couple more minutes, it really picked up.
This is what the podcast is about, live reaction. That's why I like doing this format, because if we had watched the show and then like talked about it,
right,
we would have been like, oh, it was a good match, but like you don't get the context of the first 6 or 7 minutes of the match.
No, that's totally true.
So, the worst match, I am going to say that they went with Mountie Brown against BG James.
Hey, yeah, dude, they did. And I just realized that we actually didn't do our quick rundown of the card from last week. I know we're going to talk about most of it, but might as well knock it right out of the park real quick. But yes. So James Storm defeated Kid Kash. Monty Brown defeated BG James. Amazing Red won that second match of the best of 3 series against Sonjay Dutt. Shane Douglas defeated Michael Shane in the Corporal Punishment match. Then Team Canada, which was in this case Bobby Roode and Petey Williams, defeated Team Mexico's Abismo Negro and Hector Garza. And then AJ Styles defeated Chris Harris to retain the title. So that was that quick rundown. They also taped 3 of the matches for the World X Cup last week, and I believe we touched on that very briefly. Of course, I mentioned, I think, the type of matches that were filmed, but not what happened, because we're going to be watching that next week.
Looking forward to it.
I actually am too, which is kind of crazy to think about. But so the show roughly drew 900 fans and appeared to be about 2/3 paper based on early lines. Look at that, Bob. So a third, 2/3 paper of a 900.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
So there's that. The pay-per-view that aired on 5/12 was good, Dave says, largely due to the first and the last match, which is kind of funny. But I guess it's good to bookend it. And of course, we know that Styles pinned Harris in 15 minutes and 38 seconds. Dave says that it was a good match, but it could have been a lot better. The problems were that these are both high spot guys and baby faces, but tried to do a lot of brawling, which is both their weak points. Which I actually think is a really great point, because that is kind of where a lot of the boring stuff was happening in the beginning. So, pretty interesting. The worst thing is that they put Ron Killings and Raven in the corners, chained to the post, and of course they were handcuffed. And it turned into an overbooked mess with so much interference that by the end, you really didn't care or take seriously who was going to win or lose. Which I actually sort of disagree with, because, in fact, as the match went on, I was more invested in who was winning or losing. But there was a lot of craziness happening. And remember, Conan came out with trying to get the bolt cutters. He was having quite a hard time trying to break the chain for Ron Killings, but he did eventually get it.
And then there was also with the whole chaining, like they chained them to the ring post, because Russo's logic was he didn't want any interference, so he brought 2 guys that have issues with both men directly to ringside, and the chains were long enough. It's like you're walking your dog down the street, like they can still probably.
Yeah, they were wicked long, and yeah, he wanted to keep an eye on him. Of course, then Russo wasn't even out there to actually keep an eye on him at all.
Yeah, it just I don't understand the rational booking there. So
yeah, it was kind of weird. I agree. So then Raven eventually ended up knocking out Andrew Thomas, and then he found the key for the handcuff in his pocket to unlock himself.
Because, of course, it was in its fucking pocket.
Right. Eventually, Sabu came out to attack Raven. And then it finally ended with Kash hitting Harris twice with a pipe. And Styles got the pin with a discus lariat. And then, of course, that is going to be setting up for further with Kash and Dallas against America's Most Wanted for those tag titles.
Right.
So that's kind of where we're heading with that. The other good match on the show was James Storm pinning Kash in the opener despite Dallas interfering. There was an entirely too long post-match beatdown involving D'Lo and finally Harris and the returning Dusty Rhodes. Rhodes and Storm versus Dallas and Kash in a non-title bunkhouse match, plus a 4-way for the NWA title, which Bob already mentioned, is going to be headlining the show. So I guess, Bob's right. It is kind of the second biggest match, so whatever.
Do you think that kind of really feels like they're pivoting towards Harris going back to being in a tag team with James Storm?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that definitely takes him out of the equation of winning on this show since he's part of the 4-way?
Yeah, I think so. I think, like I said last week, I think if he didn't beat Styles, especially as the crowd was getting more behind him again, I think it's just time. Like, pull it. I don't think it's not like as dreadful anymore as like I thought it was. Like the stuff with Jarrett was like, okay, come on. Okay, we know he's not beating Jarrett. Why is he fighting him for a third time? But I don't know. So I'm not like, I don't like hate it, but like it's time. Like, pull it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I mean, the crowd was just almost, it felt like they were pretty much like begging for it.
Right.
Against Styles, which was weird. I didn't think that Styles had fallen that far down to where people would really want Chris Harris to win the championship. But
I don't even know if it is Styles falling. I think it's just they really like Chris Harris in the Asylum.
Maybe, which is kind of bizarre because his booking hasn't been the greatest.
No.
So
they're really pushing for that. He's chasing it, man. But he's been chasing it for so long that it's kind of exhausting.
So is Raven.
Oh, don't get me going on that.
Yeah.
We could do an entire series of episodes on Raven's trying to fulfill his destiny. I mean, it's just been like, holy shit. And like all the detours and stuff.
Yeah. Because like no matter who he could be feuding with Julio De Niro, and he'll be like, I haven't forgotten about you, Jarrett.
My destiny.
I'm still coming for it.
Yeah.
Think you hear me knocking? Coming in.
That's just shit that sucks. But the thing is that he's still like at least Harris is like, with Harris, we could see him not winning because he's already got something else set up. Raven and Killings ain't doing shit right now besides like trying to get the title. So I'd say they're definitely more viable contenders at this point to take it.
Yeah. I agree with
that. So then the other angle on the show here was with Roode, which Dave Meltzer spells wrong, which is no surprise, and Petey Williams of Team Canada beating Hector Garza and Abismo Negro of Team Mexico when D'Amore hit Negro with the hockey stick. Then in a post-match beatdown, Jerry Lynn came out to save Team Mexico and challenged D'Amore, who is great in his role, Dave says. This sets up Lynn and Roode. And if Lynn won, then he would get a match with Scott D'Amore. And if Roode won, then he's not going to get the match. And Lynn would be taken off of Team NWA. So, I don't know. Let's see what's going to happen. Also, Bob, we had that pre-tape angle where Trinity attacked Desire, running her, at the back of her in the park. And then she ran her back into the park bench. Don West ended up taking 2 bumps from Trinity as he tried to help Desire, which was hilarious. And poor Don West taking bumps during an interview segment. And then the other backstage thing, the Irish gimmick comedy of the week saw Gilberti, Trinity, and Swinger pour maple syrup and Lucky Charms over Irish Pat Kenny when he was like in an empty place trying to like find him to bait him up.
Yeah, it looked like he was like an empty circus ring.
Yeah, it was weird. Definitely another building at the fairgrounds, but
oh yeah, the segment with Desire and Don, and seeing Don do a somersault down a hill,
dude,
might be a top 5 like hilarious moment. Not even in TNA history, but in professional wrestling history.
It was so awesome because it was like I didn't expect Don West to be like falling down at all. Like I've never.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever thought that's happened. Like Don West being like taking bumps because from Trinity. So I loved it. I thought it was hilarious.
And then like Trinity sneaking up from behind when she was clearly just underneath the bridge, the little wooden bridge that was there.
Right. And she like snuck up. Oh, dude,
Yeah.
it was so
like,
good.
It was like a villain on one of those like stupid Looney Tunes or something.
Right.
It's like, oh, I didn't even see you there.
Yeah, it was awesome. Okay, so that's pretty much all the stuff from the show last week. But now I want to talk a bit about the big announcement. I got a decent amount of notes that we're going to discuss on that, and then I want to talk about an interview that Jarrett did because it relates to it all. So I might as well just kind of lump it all together here, and then we will get into the show, man. And I'm going to warn you now, Bob. There's no explosion this week, too, so we're not going to be talking about that.
Really?
At least not that I saw with our normal sources. However, there was matches that were taped for an explosion in 2 weeks, so we'll at least mention those, but we'll get there. Okay, so the official announcement was made on May 12th of the Fox Sports Net deal. The title of the show was announced as being Impact, most likely TNA Impact, although that hasn't been officially said, so the TNAW initials apparently didn't go through. Now, the deal with FSN is that even though the network doesn't have staggered feeds, the show will air 3 p.m. every Friday starting on June 4th in every time zone. So it would be 3 p.m. Central, Mountain, and on West Coast FSN affiliates.
Okay, so like not at noon.
That's kind of what it seems like. Yeah.
Huh. So it's like a true definition of a syndicated show.
That's what it seems like to me, yes.
Okay.
Unless I'm misinterpreting it, but that's what it seems
that's
like.
what it sounds like, is that they're saying 3 p.m. in each time zone. So then when it airs at 3 on East Coast, it's not going to be on West Coast till 3 hours later.
Right.
Wasn't that the case a bit for AEW too? Like it wasn't on at 5?
You know what, dude? You might be right about that, actually. That might be true.
I think the feed, like they didn't air it till literally 8 o'clock that night. I could be wrong, but
no, you might be right about that though. I feel like I do remember hearing something about that. The wrestlers and all performers were told that they will get the same pay for television as they got for pay-per-view. TV is being shot at Universal Studios in Orlando every Thursday night at 7 p.m., which seemed to make everyone happy and enthusiastic. It is clear Panda is right now willing to spend the money. They will tape several dark matches that will air either for DVD releases or Explosion Show, which will be continued, before shooting a 1-hour live-to-tape show. Some got scared with a report on PWInsider.com that the company was thinking of busing everyone from Nashville immediately after the show to Orlando, which would be an 11-hour trip. But that's not the case, except for jobber level performers and those in production. They had looked into doing a charter, but I guess that wasn't cost effective. As things stand, the bigwigs like Jarrett, Russo, Mantell, etc. will fly on a small charter on Wednesday night after the show so that they can get to Orlando on Wednesday night and start prepping for the show. The wrestlers will fly out commercial the first thing Thursday morning so that they get in late Thursday morning. The company has talked about a bus in the event of bad weather as a last resort if airlines are shut down, which somehow got misconstrued by some people thinking they were going to be using the buses every week for the talent.
Well, you know what? Amazing Red wouldn't.
It would be nothing for him.
Maybe nothing. Yeah, he'd be used to that.
He's used to those Greyhounds from.
He'd be like, guys, this is great. Instead of a 18-hour bus ride, it's
11.
Yeah, this is
awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
What are you guys complaining for? This is a cakewalk.
What do you guys mean? Jeez. Company officials were trying to sell people on the horrid time slot with the idea that FSN network officials have such low expectations that this is just a way away on, and soon, if the ratings are strong, they'll get on prime time. But the problem with prime time on FSN is it means it's always preempted by local sports. Even if they get improved Sunday morning slot, the WWE on Sunday mornings on a mid-level network is only doing a 0.5 to 0.7. So what can TNA do on a network with far less viewership?
What was the number?
Well, 0.5 to 0.7.
That seems wicked high. For Fox Sports Net?
No, he's saying that WWE is getting that.
Oh, WWE is getting
on a mid-level network. I don't know what they were airing at that time. You would know more than me.
Yeah, so this is what, 2004. So they're probably referencing. It's got to be Velocity and Heat.
It's got to be Velocity and Heat, I would assume, right? It's
yeah,
just Sunday mornings.
Well, that's not even, because their shows are it was like 11 at night. The Velocity was, and then Heat was on Sundays at 7 in the evening.
Maybe they aired them different times sometimes or something then?
They must have. I don't know.
I don't know. I wasn't a big Heat viewer in 2004, I don't think, but...
I was. I used to love watching Heat Sundays at 7.
I did. I watched it eventually, but like I don't think at this time I was.
Yeah, I definitely.
I don't remember. It's kind of...
It was like appointment television for me, because I just liked watching all the guys I wouldn't see on Raw. So I'd be like, oh, cool. Rob Conway tonight's fighting Maven.
Rob Conway.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so 0.7. So that would be on USA and Spike. Yeah, that's late at night or in the evening. I'm telling you right now, 3 p.m. on a Friday, they aren't coming close to that.
No, there's no way.
And I'm thinking they might not even get half. Because honestly, that is a brutal time slot.
Right. I think it's pretty interesting. I'm curious.
And they're paying for it.
Right.
It's a double whammy. If you're paying for it, I'd pay the extra and get on Sunday mornings.
Yeah, I'm pretty curious.
That's what I would be doing.
How that's going to go.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake.
Yeah. It's also interesting to note that the new TV show won't be available in Philadelphia since there is no FSN presence in that market, but the company does have local syndication there. There is also no FSN presence in the Baltimore, Washington market, but the local Comcast Sports channel is picking the show up, but putting it on at 4 a.m. on Saturday. So those are 2 of the top 10 markets right there that they're kind of getting screwed out of.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then lastly here, Alvarez this says that there were articles everywhere about the deal this week. And the Miami Herald had a happy, cheery article entitled NWA-TNA, A Family Affair, which had some real gems from Jeff Jarrett. So you ready?
Yeah, I'm really starting to think that this investment into television is not financially beneficial or even worth it.
I don't know, man. We might have to wait that out and find out.
I don't think so.
Well,
because is it really gonna move the needle? Like,
no.
Let's say you got 10,000 people buying your weekly pay-per-view. So then a fucking Friday at 3 p.m. Maybe, I don't even think 100,000 people. Let's say 50,000 people are buying that. You are going to need 10%, right? Or no, 1% to come over. 10%, yeah, that sounds about right. To buy it, to double your viewer.
Yeah, I mean, I think doing both is my issue here is like, why are we doing both of the things? But I think the point of the TV is I think they'll probably be able to get more people to potentially do it instead of like, oh, I gotta pay $10 to watch the show.
Yeah, but so I'll give you an example. Okay, and I might be wrong. So I was gonna say I don't think I bought a weekly pay-per-view when they had Impact, but I think I did.
Well,
but I feel like most people would just watch the free one.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would.
That's what I would be doing.
And I'm curious.
I do think I bought one.
I think it's going to be really interesting to see how are they going to be like, hey, this is what happened, Wednesday, a couple days ago, or are they going to like tease it and not give us everything that happened, and then I don't know. I'm just curious how they're going to translate that. Is it going to be like just matches to like supplement what's happening on the pay-per-views, and then the pay-per-views is like the big stuff anyways, and we're not really going to get much good on FSN? I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. That might be the case.
I don't know. I'm just so curious how it's going to be handled with both. Now, of course, once we end up kind of dropping that, then I think it's going to be a lot different. But
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. But Jarrett was very excited about this, as you could imagine. And I actually lied. There's two like quick interviews. This one's a little bit longer, but I'll mention the other one in a second. He said here that the WWF, now WWE, and before that, the WWF, were around for 4 or 5 generations. We are doing something that has never been done, and to start from scratch is a monumental task. We're headed in the right direction. He also compares himself to Mel Gibson and Phil Collins, since he was not only an office guy, but the, quote, top draw. He also goes on to say, quote, everybody has a different viewpoint on that. And he's talking about here regarding the pay-per-view concept. That everyone has different views on that. And he goes on to say, I know if we would have started at local affiliates, it's been done, and it's very hard to springboard off of that. If somebody walked up and given us a primetime time slot, I think it would have been a blessing and a curse. You would have made it on national stage immediately, but also on a national stage made all the growing pains we've been through. Pay-per-view is something we started on and literally gave us an international outlet. We have grown our product in a very short period of time. It's a unique concept, and that's what it takes to be successful in business. You have to take calculated risks. At this point, every risk has definitely had an upside and a downside, but the positives have definitely outweighed the negatives to this point. And he also explains why there hasn't been a Bound for Glory pay-per-view yet, which I was actually pretty surprised to see that he responded about this. But that's the part of a startup company. You have to be able to turn on a dime, and we've done that. We've had every intention of running a show in November, one in February, and one in April. But the positives and the negatives of pulling the trigger, we've had to make a calculated risk. I think when we do reach the 3-hour pay-per-view, people are going to be very surprised and pleased that we waited till it's time to make the right move.
Well, I feel like he's saying all the right things.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, they're at least self-aware.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to be a lot of, it'll be really interesting to see how they start off with Impact, because I think initially, even when like WWE would do this, when it would be like Superstars or Main Event or whatever, the reboot of Superstars, like the first couple weeks there'd be huge matches, and then by week 4 it's like Justin Gabriel against David Otunga as your main event.
Well, right.
So I think that with Impact, I'm sure initially it'll be like, oh, Jeff Jarrett, or like, let's say AJ Styles, NWA World Champion AJ Styles, if he's the champion, defending against Michael Shane. You know what I mean? Like, there'll be something, right, I feel like that. And then maybe within a month or two, depending on how they are doing rating-wise, they might have to do more to make it justifiable, or just cut back and, like you said, really focus on the weekly pay-per-view aspect.
Right. But. And then finally here, This is just another one. I just realized that I was going to save, but it also relates to this, so I might as well just say it quick here. Lots of guys were doing radio interviews as well, talking about the deal. And Jeff Jarrett and Jimmy Hart were both on Between the Ropes radio. Jarrett said that the new show would have a futuristic look to it, and the ring would not have 4 sides.
Oh.
And of course, this is kind of bouncing off the idea that we've talked about potentially using the AAA 6-sided ring instead. He put over everyone involved with the company as being hard workers. He also revealed that they were looking at doing house shows at some point, which is also noted that we shouldn't expect anything in the first week or 2 of TV, and they probably weren't going to be getting that going until fall or winter at the earliest, which makes sense. He said that he hadn't heard a thing from WWE since the deal was announced, but said competition was good for business, and even Vince McMahon had to realize that. He also said that the new show was going to have less backstage stuff and more in ring, which is pretty exciting. And he claimed that some of the biggest names in wrestling, including the Ultimate Warrior, had been calling the office hoping to appear for the company.
Oh, fuck off. There's no way that the Ultimate Warrior was like, yo, Jarrett,
hit me up.
Let me do this. Fuck that. There's no way. And if he did, he would be like, yo, I need $250,000 for like a 3-minute shout out or something. It's not, no. Get out of here.
Now, if you are a longtime listener of the show and you remember all the way back, it was technically like our pilot episode, we called it, Get Ready to Cross the Line. We talked about the rumor all the way back in 2002 of Ultimate Warrior wanting to come in, or at least trying to get him in, at least. So when I saw his name pop up again, I was like, you got to be kidding me.
That's a joke. That's so stupid. I got a question for you. So he's saying that the Impact show would be more in ring. Wouldn't you want that to be your weekly pay-per-view? And then Impact could be depends, like storyline maybe?
I would probably say yes, but I think that's tough because they probably want to add more of that entertainment aspect to the pay-per-views to try to get people more wanting to watch a 2-hour show and pay for it. I think that's the only thing. And then remember, I think they was talked about at one point having that more of that sports-like presentation being on FSN. And so having more in ring, I think fits the bill of what they're trying to do with that. I think that's why we're doing it.
Right. Okay. I'll allow it.
We'll allow it for now. We'll see how it goes. Let's see how what happens, and then we'll really break it down. But that's all my notes before we get into the show. So, like I said, there wasn't an explosion episode.
Oh, so there's a shit ton of notes during the show.
Oh, we got a bunch more to talk about. We aren't done. Okay. Oh yeah, that wasn't I don't think that was even the people who were rumored to come in and all that stuff. We got lots of stuff to talk about. But there were a couple matches that were filmed before the show. They are going to be airing. You're going to hear these matches again, but since they happened at today's show on May 19th, I figure I might as well mention them. And these 2 matches will be on Future Explosions, and that would be Sabu defeating Lash LaRue.
Wow.
And then Monty Brown defeating JT Lightning. And then they also, listen to this, they filmed the Ultimate X match before the pay-per-view.
Before this one?
Before the show, they filmed the Ultimate X. Oh. And then after the show, they did the 16-man gauntlet. And those are all what's happening on next week's show. I have a feeling they probably did that because then they could get the Ultimate X shit out of the way and not have to worry about putting it up after the show.
Well, I was going to say, so I would imagine during the show, they're not going to have the structure up. So they put the structure up, then took it down?
Yeah. A lot of work probably going into today's show.
Yeah, okay. I am so confused. So then they have been promoting the Ultimate X, but wouldn't that be that was the last part of the cup, the tournament?
I think it technically is. If I'm remembering correctly, I thought that because you got 5 points, right? Is that the one you get the 5 points? We broke down the whole thing last week.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. Because then, like, the 16-man gauntlet, so they had to have done it out of order.
They must have. I'm trying to see if I can find it here. Oh yeah, see, and the man who wins the Ultimate X. Although, do they even have in last week's thing? I don't even know if we talked about the gauntlet part. So it might, maybe it won't be, because there's the 2 tag matches. Oh wait, hold on. It'll open with the 16-man gauntlet. So the gauntlet that was filmed last actually is opening the show next week.
Oh my God! So they basically filmed, or they did the finals before the beginning.
Yep.
That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, that's weird.
That makes no sense to me.
I mean, it's also what's reported. I mean, I would assume it's pretty accurate on the order, but
you know what? The next thing you know, they're gonna do like a reverse battle royal or something, and that will just be absolutely just loony.
Yeah, could you imagine if they did something like that?
Traditional wrestling out the window. All right, we're good to get into this then, Dallas?
Yeah, man, we're good to get into the show.
All right. It's the May 19th, 2004 NWA-TNA Weekly Pay-Per-View. If you want to watch along with us, head over to your Impact Plus app, or maybe it's in your own personal collection. I'm going to count down from 3. And when I say play, that's when you want to hit that play button with us. Or for the next hour, 53 minutes and 10 seconds, you can just listen along as we try to survive this show, even though the show lately has been pretty good. So it's not really suffering. But I got to keep my gimmick alive. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
Starting out with a highlight package, Vince Russo's talking about those criminals, 3 Life Crew, wanting to interview in all these matches.
Oh, chair.
Oh, God. Oh! Super dramatic.
Oh, they were thinking that Vince Russo was the one taking them all out. Isn't that kind of funny that they think that the freaking Booker is the one knocking everybody out?
I love that idea.
This Vince Russo is devastated. He's taking out all 3 Life Crew backstage. Yeah, Pat can't. Goldilocks.
Yes, Goldilocks. This is slander. Oh, she's got a really good lawyer. In a nasty legal battle. Yeah, this whole Goldilocks situation is still very interesting to me. Like, I don't really know what's the point of it is. Like, what's the point going forward? But I'm entertained by it.
Yeah.
She's got a guy who's so ready to step in. Of course, she's with Abyss,
who, according to Meltzer or whatever, is being controlled sexually.
Dude, look, explosion footage.
Oh yeah, D-Ray 3000 pinning David Young with an inside cradle.
On Explosion, there is footage. Please, guys, tag Scott D'Amore on Twitter. # we want Explosion.
What? It said it's not just a river in Egypt? What does that mean?
I don't know. It was the weird David Young thing that he just said something quick. Chris, you want a rematch for the title? Raven, you want a rematch for the title? Well, next week, y'all got it. What?
Now kill each other. Yeah. I don't even care anymore. Just do whatever you want to do. Nobody listens to me anyway. Oh, right. Great. The classic dramatic music.
Bob, as this highlight package is kind of finishing up, I have 2 more notes that kind of bounce off of that Jarrett and Jimmy Hart interview that I might as well just spit out real quick. Because Jarrett, like we said, confirmed that they're going to have the 6-headed ring without saying they're going to have the 6-headed ring. And Dave still is hoping that they're going to bring it to Nashville and everyone could try it out, but they don't expect that to happen. But Jimmy Hart is actually the one who brought up Ultimate Warrior. Because Jimmy Hart is now affiliated with the group. He was on that radio show hinting about Hulk Hogan, which is probably the second worst thing that they could do, and then hinting about Warrior, which is the worst thing they could do. They also hinted at Steve Austin's name again. And while you never say never, Austin never has had anything to say good about Jeff Jarrett or Jerry Jarrett. And I'd be shocked to see Austin come in here more shocked to see Austin come in here than to see Bruno Sammartino wrestle Bret Hart in the main event of next year's WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean he openly dislikes the Jarretts.
But you never say never.
Or he did at least. Who's that? I don't even know who was that.
I don't know who that girl is. We're in the arena, Bob. How many people do you think are inside the TNA Asylum tonight?
Well, it looks pretty good in there. I'm gonna say 1150.
Pretty close. We got 1,200. Crowd's chanting for truth over there.
They do like truth.
The bunkhouse match.
So this crowd has already seen an Ultimate X match today.
Yes, they have. So they're fucking hype. Assuming it was a good one. I don't see how it couldn't be, but...
Yeah, but like, I'm going to be paying attention now for a burnt-out crowd. Okay, I think that could happen.
Well, that's kind of going to be interesting because if they're starting off with that gauntlet match as Bobby Roode and Scott D'Amore are making their way to the ring. Dude, Bobby Roode's fucking bucket hat, that thing is fucking awful, but that makes me hate him even more right now. It's perfect.
It looks like he's getting ready to go fishing.
Right. Maybe that's kind of the gimmick. But yeah,
I think Canadian fisherman. This ain't 95 WWF, all right? Come on.
Wrong but he's not coming. If it was WWF, he'd come out with a fishing pole and like lure us on him.
And like fish on his like vest or something.
Dude, yeah, he'd come out with fish in a bucket on ice.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be interesting because that gauntlet match opens the show, so the crowd's probably gonna be more dead during it because it was filmed after everything. So actually, it's gonna be kind of interesting. Maybe it's for the better how they film this stuff. I don't know. It also explains why there were so many people in the crowd tonight. I mean, the main event itself is strong, but then you also get to see the Ultimate X and stuff.
Yeah, but did they know they were going to get an Ultimate X?
I don't know for sure, but I'd have to assume.
I'm going to say they didn't know.
I don't know, man. I could see them announcing, like, in the arena, being like, guys, next week, we're filming the Ultimate X. Because I feel like they know it's a tape thing. And if they're smart, that's what they would do.
I have one indie note for this match. It's with Jerry Lynn. So 4 days before this, on May 15th, Jerry Lynn wrestled 3PW heavyweight champion Joey Matthews, and he won by countout at 3PW. Not enough time.
Oh, I have a 3PW note later as well, but it's going to bounce off of something I'm assuming you have. So,
well, I'm going to click on that show and see if it is true because I didn't open up all of the guys.
I'd say it's pretty obvious. Jerry Lynn, springboard dropkick, knocking Bobby Roode off the apron.
Assuming.
Coach Scott D'Amore's checking on him. He's got his roll of paper in his hands. If you have gotten the recent Brody Lee Unmatched Series 3 figure, there is a roll of paper like that. So if they ever made a Scott D'Amore figure, I got the perfect accessory for it.
Of course.
Fighting ringside here. That guy in the red Batman shirt, he's a regular. I see that dude all the time.
Yeah, I feel like this is very similar to some extent like ECW. Like you get your several guys.
You got your crazy ladies who are always in like the back left corner. Our view of back left. You got the red Batman guy. You got the heel section. You got the lady who wouldn't give the chair to Brian Lawler. We're fighting up on the top rope here. Jerry Lynn, bulldog from the top. I mean, Roode was in the middle, but it's pretty nice bulldog there. Gets a 2 count off of that. Mike Posey can't wave his arms enough at that one.
You know, I like Bobby Roode a lot. Even here, he comes across like he's gonna be good. Yeah,
I'm a really big Bobby Roode fan. Like really big. Like he's one of my favorite TNA guys. So I actually don't think I've seen any of this super early stuff of his. Middle rope leg drop by Jerry Lynn. Yeah, so it's pretty exciting to kind of see that. I mean, I'm sure I've seen a little bit as we kind of move forward, but I mentioned it before. I haven't seen about 98% of these weekly shows, at least in their entirety.
Yeah, like full shows, yeah. Clothesline by Bobby Roode because D'Amore had to run away from Lynn. But so dude, actually slid into the ring.
I know I don't know if we're ever going to cover it. It's so far in the future, but man, when Bobby Roode, he takes that beer bottle and he smashes it on James Storm's head.
Well,
Man,
I mean, here's the thing. This is the type of show where, with TNA, I feel like I could go probably forever. Because, like, I don't care.
dude, there's some stuff that it's just like, man.
And I think my main thing with this is, like, we started at the very beginning. So I'm going to say right now that this podcast will never end.
It will never end, guys. We're going to go on forever. And in 10 years, you will forget what we just said.
It's just like IcoPod. If Dallas and Austin were to quit, guess what? It ain't dying. I'll talk by myself. And that's the same thing with the TNA Crossline podcast.
See, if you guys think about it, you really fucked up with IcoPod because you should have started like earliest footage you could find. Just
fuck that.
Just do it all.
It'd be over. We wouldn't have made it past 1985.
Well, Austin's been watching some of that early WCCW stuff. I know that's not what you'd watch, but he likes the early shit. Look at that. Roode with an elbow, knocking Lynn off the apron, hits the guardrail. Look how cocky he is. Hey, it's a good-ass theme song, but knock it off.
It is. I do like that song.
Oh, Scott D'Amore's choking.
I think Bobby Roode will eventually come back to Impact.
I'll be honest, I sort of think that too. I've thought about that a lot.
Because one of these days he's going to get let go.
Which is shitty, but that's how WWE is.
Yeah. And Scott D'Amore will be like, come on back. And like Eric Young's there. Be a whole
Eric Young came back, which is awesome. Yeah. Since we're watching Team Canada, we're just gonna openly talk about this now because it kind of relates. A couple of years ago, I thought they were about to do like new Team Canada and like do a new version of it, and they heavily hinted at it because like Scott D'Amore was there, and then this is when Michael Elgin was around, and so right before Eric Young came back, and I was like, they're about to do like a new version of like Team Canada, and then with Elgin's controversy and all that, they dropped him, and then I think it all fell apart. But I was super hyped for the idea of like Team Canada coming back.
Who would have been in that, you think? Young, Elgin, and who?
Off the top of my head, like Josh Alexander, maybe.
Oh, Ethan Page, right? He's Canadian.
Oh yeah, he was around. Yeah, so there was like some really big shit they could.
That's actually, not a bad group.
Ethan Page and Alexander, I think, were tagging. I think
the North.
This time. The North, which awesome tag team. So yeah, dude, I was like, let's go. I was ready.
Really strong.
And like I said, they heavily hinted at it. And then I think they kind of just continued with the North for a bit until that all fell apart. But look at D'Amore's a little sneaky little bitch laying an elbow down on Jerry Lynn as he's laid over the apron there.
It's a shame about Mike Elgin too, because like I tend to really enjoy his in ring, and then he's not really stable by all accounts. It looks like.
Yeah, unfortunately not. Got a chin lock here in on Jerry Lynn. Jerry Lynn's got a lot weighing on this match, dude. He might be taken off of Team NWA, which is kind of an interesting thing, especially if you're in the Asylum and you have seen him probably wrestle already for Team NWA.
But if he wins, he gets 5 minutes with D'Amore, right?
Right. So I think the chances of him losing are very, very slim.
I almost feel like I'd have him lose. Because, like, the feud with D'Amore hasn't been going on that long. And if D'Amore can, like, cheat his way to avoid getting 5 minutes in there, you can drag it out a little bit.
That's a good point. It could expand past the World X Cup.
Yeah.
Roode dropping a knee. I really do hate the back of Roode's tights. It's like a weird, like, sun.
I was just going to say something about that.
I'd rather him wear, like, generic, like, Canada gear with, like, the leaf or something rather than that stupid sun.
I don't know what the point of the sun
maybe it's like, I don't know, is that reminding me of Sonny Siaki or something? There's someone that Suns reminds me of, and I can't think of who it is.
I don't know.
Roode on the middle rope here. Going for a senton, I guess, but he missed because Jerlin moved.
Like an elbow drop?
Is it supposed to be? Okay, I'll take it.
Can Jerry follow up? Did he cut his hair? Jerry?
Short? I'm not sure. It looks a little short, but I don't think it's too much shorter than normally. It's maybe he just got a fresh cut. Going for some clotheslines.
Roode ain't dropping down. Springboard clothesline, that will do it.
Crowd's behind Jerry Lynn. Hurricane Rana. D'Amore pulls the arm of Mike Posey, and he's literally just pulling him out of the ring.
Yeah, and he's got a hockey stick on the apron, so I'm assuming that's going to be getting used here in a minute. No.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Posey definitely didn't see him just throw it in.
No.
Uh-oh.
Everybody knows that Mike Posey doesn't have peripheral vision.
Lynn ducks it. Oh, Russian leg sweep. I thought he was going to hit the stroke, but he hits the Russian leg sweep instead.
There's no referee. 1, 2. Oh, he kicks out at 2.
He had it.
D'Amore is sweating. He is nervous about 5 minutes with Jerry Lynn here tonight. Bobby Roode trying to save his manager from probably getting his ass kicked. I thought he was signaling for a razor's edge.
The Canadian bomb, he calls that.
The hell's a Canadian bomb? Just a power bomb?
Oh.
You can't power bomb Jerry Lynn. Oh, shit.
Cradle pile driver, he hits it.
Oh, wow. Roode took it pretty well, too. 1, 2.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
He got it.
Clean win. Clean win for Jerry Lynn.
Wow.
Well, D'Amore is not happy.
And he gets 5 minutes in the ring with Scott D'Amore. And actually, Bob, I should have mentioned this earlier, but speaking of Scott D'Amore, you know how he was supposed to be heading the wrestling school?
Yeah.
Well, it's probably not getting off the ground. And that's because... Hold on. Don't laugh too much yet. That's because Terry Taylor, who was working backstage as an agent, well, he quit a few weeks ago, and he was supposed to be helping out with that.
Terry Taylor quit?
He quit, and apparently his wife has been trying to get him out of wrestling. He does have a job selling cars in Atlanta, but Dave believes that he's already left that job as well.
How the hell would Dave know that?
I don't know. Because Terry Taylor's like his guy that he talks to. Oh my God, Scott D'Amore's taking his pants off.
Is he just wearing boxers or is it shorts?
No, they're shorts, but that's wicked funny, dude. We got a countdown on how long he's got in the ring with him.
So obviously Terry Taylor doesn't end up remaining out of wrestling because I'm pretty sure he's in Impact 5 more times.
I was gonna say, I was actually really surprised to read this. Yep, they're talking about him being a wrestling trainer in Ontario. And yeah, Scott D'Amore is, or at least was, a worker. I think, does he still work at this time, matches?
Not for Impact, I think. But yeah, he was definitely a enhancement guy for WWF.
Not at this time anymore, right?
No, not at this time.
That's what I meant, at this time. Because we saw D'Amore on IcoPod one day, I think.
Yeah. And there was a clip out there of Vince McMahon being like, "Oh, Scott D'Amore's a chunky fella," or something.
Oh,
like that.
Yes.
And it's like, what the fuck? I can't remember who he was fighting, but he made note that D'Amore was a big guy, which was fun.
No, this is not an official match. He just gets 5 minutes with him.
It's not an official match. There's a referee there.
Well, that's the weird part, but I think it's just he gets to beat him up for 5 minutes.
He ain't even beating him up. D'Amore's beating him up.
Well,
so that makes the stipulation even worse for Jerry. He's like, I win, and I'm going to get my ass kicked.
Is he going to hit one pile driver on him or something? And
oh, it's got to be something. Yeah.
2 minutes have gone by. We're at 3:03.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Wow.
D'Amore's being
he got cheap shotted.
Yeah, but he's legitimately doing moves and doing better moves than probably 60% of the guys on the TNA roster.
Yeah, but they've just said, he is a wrestling trainer. He knows his shit. So at least they're backing it up on commentary.
I don't like that. I don't know if I like that a manager, a mouthpiece of sorts,
is beating up Jerry Lynn.
Yeah, he's beating up Jerry Lynn, and he
look at Mike Posey.
Is not bad in the ring. That's kind of weird. That'd be like seeing like Bobby Heenan taking on Hulk Hogan, like scoop slamming him and like doing middle rope fist drops and shit. Like, what are we talking about?
Oh, look, he's putting the Canadian flag over Jerry Lynn, over his shoulders. What's he doing? Oh, Canada. Look at him waving his arm. Oh, boy.
Oh, no. Undertaker spot. He's
barely
even grasping his throat, but whatever.
Jerry Lynn going for the... Oh, he got fucking
Cuts
poked in the eye, dude.
The manager cuts him off.
We're under 2 minutes left of this beatdown. Unfortunately, it's going the opposite way. Jerry Lynn, head scissor.
Nice.
Tilt-a-whirl, head scissors.
So officially, more than half of the 5 minutes, D'Amore was kicking Lynn's ass.
That was a nice drop kick in the corner.
That was.
And he's gonna go for.
You know what? And you gotta give D'Amore credit here. He is bumping pretty good.
Oh shit!
Headbutt to the nuts.
Don West couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Enjoy this last minute and a half, Jerry. But you better get moving if you want to do a little bit more. He's going for the cradle pile driver, but fucking Bobby Roode. See, it's not a beneficial match. There's no DQ. Mike Posey gets thrown out. Now he's fighting Bobby Roode in the corner. Oh, here comes Team Canada. Johnny Devine, Eric Young, P.D. Williams.
The bell is sounding, which makes me feel like as if this was in fact.
No, I think the bell's sounding because they're like, end this, end this. They're just beating down team captain of Team NWA. Here comes Christopher Daniels, Elix Skipper, Chris Sabin, Team NWA. They're out here. They're ready to fight. They definitely didn't just fight in an Ultimate X 20 minutes ago.
Well, it was only one guy, right?
Well, yeah, I think we know. I think we could probably take a good guess at who it is.
Would you imagine like a 16-man Ultimate X?
Oh my God.
Try to call that one. Don West would probably pass out because he wouldn't know what to do.
Hudson and Vince Russo talking in the back about the deadly draw match. Wait. Starts on one-on-one 5 minutes. Then it's a triple threat for 5 minutes. So then it's a four-way for another 5 minutes.
Oh, it's a gauntlet match.
It's a gauntlet, as it just keeps adding to it. He's got one major stipulation. The list of the usual suspects. Listen up, boys, back here. If either James Storm, Kid Kash, Dallas, Sabu, or 3 Live Crew interfere in the match, they will be fired on the spot. They will be fired on the spot.
He didn't list one obvious fucking name.
Jeff Jarrett?
Yeah.
Well, he's not the obvious suspect.
What? Come on.
Or the usual. Because those guys have all been interfering.
What?
But damn you, that's a fucking great point.
Yeah, like he's definitely getting involved. Yeah, like, give me a break.
Who's coming out right here? From Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, shit. It's David Young. No Gilberti with him. I think we've kind of parted ways.
No, I think isn't he still associated with them?
I don't know, man. They haven't been like seen together in a while. Oh, and 38.
There's no way he's had. There's no way.
We lost track, but I can tell you right now, just a few weeks ago, he was at like 19.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
38, my ass.
That is awesome.
So that means next week will be 0-51.
Oh, shit, dude. D-Ray 3000 making his pay-per-view debut. I have no idea who this guy is.
Let me see if there's...
Why does his tights look like grass?
Because it's marijuana. He's high.
Is that like the thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It doesn't look like that, though. It looks literally like...
That's his character. Like his hair is all froed up. You know?
I like his hair. I really didn't get that joke, so okay. I guess.
Let's see here. So D-Ray
Oh, look, he gave his comb to someone. That's so nice.
It would appear that he primarily... So he has been on a few... I guess he's been on at least one explosion before.
Oh, my God. Just try to roll up David Young.
But he's primarily a Michigan guy. Some Pennsylvania spots here, too. But it looks like primarily he worked out of Michigan. I'm not really sure how they would have found him.
Through someone else, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's not even really... I could tell you his indie notes, but it looks like his last indie appearance prior to this appearance was in March, and you ain't gonna know. You're not gonna know any of these people that you wrestled, so it's no point. He did go by the name Don Crisis.
Oh, okay.
So there's that. But yeah, there's nothing here for D-Ray, and I do remember like seeing him originally coming into TNA. I don't know if I'm necessarily a big D-Ray 3000 fan, but
yeah, I've never heard of this guy. Besides our notes that we've discussed, but
yeah.
David Young, is he gonna get his first win in 38 matches?
I'm gonna say no.
If you go to David Young's, we got to go to David Young's page. Has he had 31 matches or 38 matches in the past couple weeks that have gotten him this record?
No, absolutely not. He did hit a running powerbomb, got a 2 count. Now he's throwing a temper tantrum like he's Christian in 2002.
He's having a chat with himself. He's really got to get his shit together here. Oh. Let's see. I'm going to try to do a little figuring out during this match because I'm curious.
I still think that they should have had him on indie shows and losing and then showing the footage.
Well,
would have been beneficial for people. Backdrop here by David Young.
Oh no! Look, it's already okay. Because I think originally it's like singles matches. They ain't talking about other stuff.
They're just they got to be referencing in general.
No, originally I think it was like singles, but you might be right. Well, then if that's the case, well, either way, this is still wrong then. So
I was gonna say, there's no way he's even had 14 tag matches.
1, 2. I'll count this 3. Nope. He might have not won that one. I'll skip it just for fun. By 4, 5, I guess. 6.
A near fall on a drop kick.
7, 8, 9. So I'm at 9.
9 for what?
Since his last win in TNA.
In a singles capacity?
No, that's anything. And I even counted one that his team won because I don't think he got the pin.
So he's technically just 0-9.
Because here's the thing. On January 14th, he defeated Simon Nyman. That already gets rid of all the stuff that we've talked about, because we even talked about going back to October before. So that already gets rid of that. He just drapes here. Nothing's happening in this match, guys, so we're just going to talk about his streak for a minute. Then Swinger and Diamond defeated David Young and Glenn Gilberti on January 21st. ICP defeated David Young and Glenn Gilberti February 4th. Michael Shane Douglas defeated Bart Sawyer and David Young on Explosion on February 11th. The date might be wrong because that might be aired at a different date. But wait, something's happening in the crowd. That's Irish Pat Kenny.
Beating up Gilberti and Swinger in the crowd with a strap.
Oh, I know where that's leading.
You don't think another strap match, do you?
I don't know. March 3rd, David Young, Gilberti, Cash defeated ICP and Too Tough Tony. That's on the America X Cup special. And actually, that's right. David Young did not get the pin. Ah, shit. D-Ray 3000 got the pin. Then there was the 10-man tag match where David Young probably took the fall on March 3rd. The Rumble for the rank match, David Young lost. That's March 17th. Then we got the 2 tag team title tournament matches that happened recently. Shark Boy defeated David Young. That's when they told us the streak was 0-17. Then D-Ray 3000 defeating him on Explosion, and now on this show here.
I think that, obviously 0-19 sounds better than 0-9 or whatever.
Right. No.
Pat Kenny with some super kicks. David Young is just standing in the corner doing nothing. Trinity on the top rope. Tries for a missile dropkick and then misses because Pat Kenny just sidestepped it. David Young is still not doing anything.
Oh, look at that. They are talking. I was supposed to tell you about this. They just mentioned Swinger has a fractured orbital bone.
Really?
Yeah, he broke that in a match on March 13th against Dusty Rhodes at an indie show. He did work a match on March 14th in Miami, Oklahoma against DDP, which was Page's first match since retirement. And he was scheduled to see a surgeon earlier this week. But apparently, he must not be hurting too bad because he's dropping fucking elbows on Irish Pat Kenny.
So they're teasing that David Young wants to help Pat Kenny, but he doesn't know what to do?
He doesn't want to get between them.
Why would Pat Kenny care? Pat Kenny doesn't get along with. He's hated David Young.
Oh, Trinity with a weak-ass spin kick on Irish Pat Kenny's midsection. Wait, what's this? Is it soap?
Irish
Spring.
Not a sponsor.
No. Oh, she's shoving the soap in his mouth. With all due respect, can we just have Simon Diamond back?
Yeah. I think he'd even want Simon Diamond back at this point.
Okay, we're going to hype up the World X Cup.
World X. This show has been kind of flying by. We're just over a half hour in. Hour 22, 36 minutes left.
Yeah, or we're at 30 minutes and 37 seconds.
That's why I just said that, over a half hour in.
Well, I'm just giving them exact time in case they are watching along on their Impact Plus app or on their Impact Insider, or if they have it in their own collection.
I'm pretty sure that only 21 people are subscribed to Impact Plus.
Oh, I should use my free month soon that they gave me after they emailed me back months. Look at the Ultimate X. Ultimate X. Ultimate X. They just keep saying that. Ultimate X.
Ultimate.
Look, they're saying it again, dude. They said it 4 or 5 times. Coming next week.
But they already filmed it. Backstage with Team Canada. Scott D'Amore is pretty happy with himself.
But what you did to Captain Jerry Lynn, that was uncalled for. It was totally called for. It was called for by Jerry Lynn. Is Team Canada not the best, world team, country team that we've seen so far?
I mean, I like AAA.
Yeah, they're okay.
But literally all 4 of these guys are with the company a substantial amount of time.
Yeah, we're doing. I think we know what team is the best team then.
Yeah, probably. I mean, Team NWA as well. But
well, right, but that
in terms of being brought in, Team Canada's definitely up there.
Hey, Jerry Lynn. Yes, you beat Bobby Roode. Okay, you won the battle. But Team... Oh, I thought he was going to say... Oh, yeah, Team NWA lost the war. I thought he was going to say Team Canada was going to win the war, but... More international action coming up. It's a preview for the World X Cup.
Now, Dallas, before you ask...
Wait.
I'm not looking at any indie notes for these guys.
I wanted to hear how to pronounce their names, but JB didn't really help me there because I'm going to mess that up.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to do it.
Well, we got Nasawa. We know him.
Nasawa, that's it. But everybody else, I don't know these names. You got Abismo. I mean, I think it's AAA they're taking on. So
You're really not going to tell us any notes.
Dude, I can't pronounce the names. And I'm tired of sounding like an idiot.
These guys are all from All Japan. Representing Team Mexico. Abismo Negro, Mr. Aguila, and Heavy Metal. Wait a second. Aguila, those aren't your normal pants. I can't see your butt cheeks.
They're not see-through. Is it because of Fox Sports Net?
That might be a stretch. I think he's just forgot him. He didn't cut the
I hope that he's on a Fox Sports Net show and he has the see-through pants and they literally got to blur his butt cheeks.
Dude, that'd be so funny.
That'd be so great.
A little blur spot.
Yeah.
I was watching My Strange Addiction yesterday. Don't ask why. It was just the only thing I put on while I was like finishing up.
Dude, I am not about to judge anything that you were to watch. I watched some really stupid shit.
But they were like blurring little butt cheeks, and I was like laughing my ass off. I thought it was the funniest thing. I was like, why are they blurring that?
What was the Strange Addiction?
The one I'm referencing was she wanted to be like Pam Anderson. And so she was wearing like a bikini, but they were like, I'm going to blur the butt cheeks. It wasn't even fully.
They do that like on The Bachelor. Like if they have like a tiny bikini, they'll expand the bikini, like Photoshop it to make it look bigger to cover the cheeks. It's like,
get out of here.
Just put a black bar, dude. Like what are we doing? That's worse. What you're doing. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's so bad. Okay, so Bob doesn't want to do indie notes. I'm just going to try to pronounce the names of the Team Japan guys that we have.
I apologize for anybody that wants to know what Abismo Negro has done. But I don't know that I can't pronounce the names.
Yeah, well, so we know.
It doesn't do anybody justice for me to sit here stumbling over the words. It doesn't make sense.
Mr. Aguila is in the ring with Nasawa currently. But also on Team Japan, we got Mitsu Hari Jr. And Raiju Hijikata.
See, that would have been me.
Yeah, but that wasn't too bad. They're all from All Japan, and I don't know if... Let me see. Do any of them go by another name we may know?
Spinning heel kick by Aguila to Nasawa. Here comes... what the... I can't pronounce that.
What did he just say?
Naija Nakahakura or something like that.
Nakahata.
What the hell?
Okay, so it looks like he... Yeah. So wait, the one in the ring, Hijikata.
And they say that English is like the toughest language to learn or say. Like, no way.
Okay, so he's worked full-time for All Japan since 2002, they're saying. Does he wrestle anywhere else? We know. He eventually wrestles in Pro Wrestling Noah. Wrestle 1. But he does primarily work in Japan. Mitsu Harai Jr. Hey, I didn't do too bad.
Well, he did just say it.
I know, but the first time I didn't think it was too bad. And this guy, Harai Jr., it looks like he also primarily works in like just Japan.
Heavy Metal just hit a handspring back elbow, goes for a springboard, but settles for a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker.
So he changed his name after his dad passed to Mitsu Harai Jr. It looks like he eventually must change his name again because he is no longer wrestling, this guy. He ended his career in 2011. Triple team.
Shield?
Shield. Well, Heavy Metal, as he was selling, he bounced and got to tag in Mr. Aguila.
Kick right to the chest.
Hijikata. A nice kick there. Hijikata, I think, is still active. Yeah, dude, he literally wrestled this year, 2022, in All Japan.
Wow.
Do we know who he fought? No, we do not. Oh, wait a second.
Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by Negro onto Nasawa. The crowd is... Maybe they should start every show with the Ultimate X before, because the crowd has been pretty vocal.
That's a good point.
Positive way.
It looks like he was on a team that he was with the team Voodoo Murderers recently, and he fought Total Eclipse, which has Tajiri on the team.
Oh.
And that was on March 21st, so a couple days ago. I mean, a couple months ago.
And which one is this guy that just tagged in? What's his name?
This is Hijikata. See, if we only go by their last names, it's not too bad. Hijikata, Hari Jr., Nasawa.
Well, like usually with I think a modified muscle buster there. A lot of times, like when I do written reviews and it's like a long name like that, I'll just like abbreviate it.
So like when like D'Lo Brown comes out, you just call him Low.
No, I just say
Low hits the sky high.
That's not a complicated name.
Low. Heavy metal with a kick to the back of.
You want to know? So here's a funny. You'll probably laugh. Maybe you'll laugh at this.
Hijikata.
So I used to do like Nitro reviews for DDTdigest.com.
Okay.
And Saturday nights or whatever, and there'd be a guy named Kurosawa, right? Which is not a complicated name to say.
I like Kurosawa.
But I didn't want to type it out every time, so I just put K.
Oh my God. See, what I would have done in that situation, if I knew I was going to type it out, I'd copy it. So every time I needed it, I would just hit the paste button.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, dude. Just fucking, and then you have it ready to go.
Ready to go, yeah. Wow, okay. That's smart.
Like when I do our social posts to schedule them, I have like the URL and the hashtags, and I'm just copy and pasting that shit all the time.
Nice.
Magula going for twisting moonsault, but Nassau go for hawk splash, but Aguila moves as well.
Are they all gonna miss top rope moves?
Yep. Heavy metal goes for moonsault. He missed it. Nasawa, pulling him up. Oh no. Harai took out his own teammate there. Heavy metal going to the rope here.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Somersault dive to the floor.
Oh, fucking A. I'm sorry, dude. Abismo Negro is like...
He's the worst of the group.
Every time he gets in the ring, something bad happens. They went for like a double clothesline. I don't know. Insaguri. Ichikata gets leg dropped by Mr. Aguila.
This has gotten like... It's like a car crash, but it's like sloppy to the point where it's not an entertaining car crash.
Yeah, it's getting kind of messy here. But I do feel like we're kind of coming to the end of this. The one-night event next Wednesday night, our final taped pay-per-view, guys. We did it. Can't believe it, but we're almost there. Abismo Negro takes Hijikata away from Aguila, and he's going for a powerbomb. And then Aguila on the top. 450 splash.
That's good. I got it. So I wonder if like Team Japan is going to be like the job squad. Because there's 4, right? It's Japan, Canada, Mexico, and NWA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Japan's going to be the...
Well, you got AAA, who are like the reigning champions. NWA is like the underdog. Team Canada is the big heels.
Team NWA is the underdog? Yeah, I guess you're right.
Dude, they haven't won any of them, and that's your home team.
That's
I think
their thing, yeah. This is our specialty, and we can't win.
And then, yeah, so I think Team Japan's kind of like the job team. Hate to say it.
Three countries, 3 teams. Who will
Oh, boy.
This is not good.
Abyss and Goldilocks coming here. He's grabbing Goldilocks' hair because, of course, she's sexually controlling him. Wait, what's this? You out there, Eric? She's got a microphone. Excuse me. We got a show here. She said, I don't care who you got. I'm looking for Eric Watts. Eric Watts isn't here. They're saying Eric Watts isn't here, but she wants him.
She's got a legal dispute with Eric Watts. She's got about... Those are all $1 bills in her hand. She says she's got all the money, and it's about $20 in ones. Abyss is fascinated by her blonde hair.
Yeah, dude, it's really weird.
Is he like a bear?
I'm looking at someone acting strange. You trying to call me something? You're trying to call me crazy?
Yeah.
Crazy is wearing the different variation of the same shirt. I'm gonna knock it down, West.
Why do I feel like Don West is gonna get like a black hole slam or something?
Okay, they're walking away from him, so he's safe, I think. Oh shit, Eric Watts is here.
Oh, that is Eric Watts.
He's got a baseball bat.
Oh, he tried to beat him up with a baseball bat and he got beat up instead. Oh,
I'm loving his like Muppet shirt. What is? I gotta see what that says. He's wearing a Muppet shirt though. Look at that.
What is this? Oh, okay. Wait,
TNA is aware of the legal claims.
Give him the ones.
She's got a handful of money. She drops the baseball bat.
She wanted the money instead.
Yeah, right.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's doing a choke slam. Goldilocks, but Abyss. Oh, chair right to the back of Eric Watts.
Oh, chair getting wedged in the corner. Abyss struggles with this.
Well, he's jamming that chair in the corner.
We'll see. He figured it out.
Splashing Eric Watts in the corner.
Yeah, she's the one calling Eric Watts all the time. She's denying it. Watts counters and sends Abyss face first into the wedge chair in the corner.
Eric Watts getting hype. He's jumping. Who? He's got that baseball bat. Steel. Oh, he whales him in the stomach with that dude. A steel baseball bat. Goldilocks trying to get no more money. She gets her hand stepped on. What are you doing? Here comes Don Harris and the security. If you have litigation with someone, you probably shouldn't fucking step on their hands.
Probably not. Might want to avoid that.
Okay, we got a video package here, so I think it's time for some more notes, Bob.
Hit me with it.
Well, so my shit keeps closing for some reason because my iPad's being dumb, but I'm going to pull it up again right now. Okay, it's going really slow. Okay, let's see. Would you like to hear... Hold on. Here, I'll give you a couple. We just saw Team AAA, so it makes sense. Hector Moody, whose real name is Hector Melendez, will be replacing Conan on the Spanish language broadcast.
Why is that?
I don't know. Probably because Conan, if I had to guess, it's because Conan's going to be more active on screen with the real life crew and stuff. I feel like that's got to be why.
I'd rather not. I don't want to see him throwing any more shoes.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, here we go, dude. It's Sonjay Dutt, Amazing Red. Well, you'll be happy to know that Monty Brown and Sonjay Dutt have officially signed contracts.
Oh.
Here comes Frankie Kazarian, because of course he's got to watch, because he's fighting whoever wins this.
And the future is looking pretty bright.
I'm the coolest guy you know, or coolest guy in the world.
Yes.
It's not as catchy as I think you hear me knocking. I think I'm coming in, but
you know, I hate that phrase so.
Yeah, me too. Let me give you one more quick, Bob, while they're doing some entrances here, and then you can give us some indie notes. You remember our buddy Johnny Fairplay? We haven't seen him in a while, but I got a couple things about him. He won Best Villain on the Survivor Awards last week and got 2 plugs in for the new Fox show. Regardless what you think of the guy, he deserves to be brought back and pushed on TV every single week for that one. That's what Alvarez says. And then...
So now that's good.
Yeah, dude, that's really good.
That he did that. He was able to get that in.
And I got a couple more about Johnny Fairplay, actually. Just trying to find it. It's Amazing Red's coming out here. He also, Fairplay did a plug. He did plug TNA when he was on ESPN2's Cold Pizza on May 10th, saying that he would be on the show this week, which he wasn't. So last week's show, he said he was going to be there, but he wasn't.
That's. I wonder if we ever see him again.
Yeah, I've actually been wondering the same.
I'm starting to think that we don't.
Do you think that they're turning it more as, and this is why I'm saying it because of these interviews. Do we think that it's more of an ambassador kind of thing now? Like we're not going to see him on the shows, but he's going to like talk about the company. I would imagine he doesn't have a lot of positive to say since we're not using him, but
right.
Basic Bro just did a huge dive and almost missed. Dutt tried his very best to figure that one out, but
yeah, I don't know. It would be. I don't even know. Like, do you want him as a spokesperson? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
There's only indie notes for Sonjay Dutt this time around. On May 14th, Sonjay Dutt defeated Christopher Daniels at USA Pro Deadly Sins. And then the next day, on May 15th, Sonjay Dutt lost to the Grim Reaper at SSCW's Boiling Point in Clifton, New Jersey.
Oh, keep him busy. First Irish Whip, Red Dead, come back, tilt, or Whirl, Head Scissor. Oh, the octopus! The octopus! The octopus! The octopus! The octopus!
You really like that move?
I actually really like the octopus stretch, yes. And kind of bouncing off that Johnny Fairplay thing, I just realized I didn't know I had another note about him because Dave also covers the award that he won because he also won the best feud with Rupert. Is that how you say his name? Rupert? I don't know these Survivor guys. And when he did talk about the TNA and starting on FSN. The show brought up Fairplay's feud with Rupert as Dutt goes for a dive and also nearly missed, but he hit Red, knocked him out. And now at one point, they were trying to get them to have a match.
Rupert and Fairplay?
Yes, in TNA. I think it was talked about once, or at least doing it as a publicity stunt for one of those non-existent Sunday pay-per-views. That was like what was talked about. And Dave thinks that if there's ever a time to try and do that, it's on June 4th on the FSN debut, because as we've seen, the shelf life of interest in the Survivor characters is short, but winning the award and spinning it off may at least get some press if done in the next few weeks. If they snooze on that, it'll be worth as much as Fair Play has been worth to date. By Dave Meltzer says that in the Wrestling Observer.
I feel like we should avoid doing stuff like that. Arm drag by Red. There's been a few high-flying moves here. Dives to the floor. Not a bad start.
Yeah, Bob, who's your pick? Who's winning this? I think we've talked about Red originally, but
it's got to be Red. Double
yeah,
tick. They both knocked each other out.
Does Red have a contract? Because now if Dutt has officially signed a contract, I could see them maybe going with him for this.
Oh, that is a good point.
I don't think he'll beat Kazarian.
That is a very good point. Because what is going on?
They just flipped inside out.
Well, that's all right. The isn't like the reason that Red hasn't signed was because of the Japan dates or something like that?
That could have been. I don't think Red has signed.
I don't remember you saying that he has or not. So I think there's more value in even if he's not signed. I think the interest is in Red and Kazarian.
More so, I agree with that as well. I still got a bunch of notes to talk about during this show. I've already been spitting them left and right, man.
So I still haven't heard like who's coming in, who's trying to go to WWE, all that.
Oh, Red got slammed on the back of his head. The backstage at WWE thing, I'm saving for a little while longer, but because I'm wondering if they're going to show up on not on the show.
Who's a kick?
But I might we'll give you that one soon. The coolest man on the planet. And I guess I kind of already gave you the stuff about who was showing up and quitting and stuff like that. So Terry Taylor quit.
Oh, I think you're talking about like a wrestler.
Well, no.
Red almost went to the clothesline. So you did one of those teases, like, oh, gotcha, Terry Taylor.
Yeah, like if I had a website, like a crappy wrestling website that I just stole other people's headlines, I'd be like, you won't believe which TNA roster member is leaving the company, and you click it and you're like, oh, it's fucking Terry Taylor. Yeah, I kind of did that, but he was on screen. It's not like he was only backstage.
My favorite thing is when they're like, oh boy.
Look at this. We're up on the top. Red got caught in a hurricane run. Gets powerbombed.
Powerbomb off the middle of the rope.
Oh, shit. Almost a 3.
My favorite thing is like, this is, I think, fairly recently. They were like, former Impact champion debuts on AEW Dark, right? And it's like a picture of like Moose, right, as like the header or something. And then you read it, and it's like that Rajay Ratut guy. Rohit.
Yeah.
It's like, are you fucking kidding me, man? Like, come on.
I hate it when after a show, like, let's say that it's like big title change on Dynamite, and they show a picture of the women's title. It's like, wow, I wonder who won.
Right.
Like, thanks for spoiling it. I was like about to watch the show, or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Amazing Red climbing to the top. Sonjay Dutt joining him, and Red looks like he might be setting up for a code red from the top. Yep. Boom.
Dutt definitely helping him out there. Oh, he kicks out again. Sonjay's still alive.
That's right. Frankie Kazarian looks like he's kind of getting nervous ringside, Bob.
Looks like he's about to choke on his gum.
Because he's nervous.
Well, I don't blame him. I'd be nervous too. Uh-oh. Red going to the top rope.
Oh.
This is a swanton. Rolls through it. Sonjay with a kick. Standing shooting star. 1, 2. Oh, kick out at 2. Standing shooting star. Couldn't quite get the job done.
No, he could not.
We already have under an hour left in the show.
Sure, we're at 55 minutes, 58 seconds.
Maybe I've been watching this show at like times 1.5 speed or something.
Yeah, are we sure we haven't been speeding this up on our VLC players or what?
I think we have been. Maybe we should try that. We'd probably be talking a lot. Oh, hit that, hit drop it, hit the closer, hit that. Oh.
Sonjay going for the Hindu press. No, he missed it. He's going for the Hindu press, and he actually did miss it. So I'm a fucking future teller.
Oh, like a judo throw.
Red Star press.
That could be it. Oh. Well, they've definitely gotten the memo that the third match has to be constant near falls.
Oh, yeah.
You think this is WrestleMania?
Could have is. That's a beautiful X Division title. I'd love a replica of that one day. Bob, my birthday is coming up in a few months.
If I had bought you a replica TNA X Division championship instead of paying you for Rebellion tickets, would you have done that?
Yeah, I actually think I probably would have.
Should have done that. I could have found one for $80.
No, that would have been cheap. You gotta give me one of equal value. A nice one. I want a nice one.
You wouldn't have to know nothing.
Oh.
Swinging like flatliner thing.
Oh, you got it.
Off the middle rope. Wow.
Oh, good job.
Well, you know what? Of the three, I think that was the best match.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Kazarian's like, damn, I gotta fight this kid again.
Kazarian's about to go confront him.
You know what I should have done, Dallas? I should have gone to like Walmart or something and got a replica foam Intercontinental Championship, and again got red tape and just put an X on it and been like, here you go.
Here's the X title.
You never specified on which one.
Oh my God! Look at it, dude, sportsmanship.
Oh yeah, we're gonna trust Kazarian.
Well, he's the coolest guy in the world. He's
really,
lifting.
Red is gonna be like, yeah, dude, I totally believe you. This guy's naive.
Red's 21 and Sonjay Dutt's 22. They said.
Well, Frankie Kazarian's about to deck him with the championship.
No, he's not, dude. Look, he's bowing to him. Great job, Brad. I can't wait to fight you. That's awesome, dude. This is really
Brad,
good.
get out of the ring, dude. Just leave.
Kazarian is such a sportsman.
Don't turn your back.
Look.
He's fucked. He's fucked. You never go. You never do a double handshake.
Oh, he pulled him in. He's like, I got you, dude. I'm gonna get you in the ring. Oh, I pulled him in again. He's like, you don't want to fuck with me. He's like, oh, look how cute you are. See, look, he didn't hit him. Yo, you son of a bitch. Amazing Red drop kicks him in the back.
That's a heel turn. What the hell happened? Amazing Red, you're not the champion. I'm the champion.
Dude.
This is the Bunkhouse Brawl next?
It might be. Yeah, it is. So let me give you some more notes during this highlight package because I feel like I might need to pick up the pace a little.
Yeah, I think we only have 2 matches left.
Yeah. The TNA mailing list sent out a deal where fans were asked to speculate about what the big announcement was last week. The suggestions were stupid to a ridiculous degree. For example, Paul Derrick from San Ramon, California, wrote, quote, I think that TNA is going to announce that they have bought out their competition and that there will only be one wrestling company once again, but this time the company will be total nonstop action, and wrestling will be back the way it should be. Thanks, TNA, for putting on the best wrestling show on TV.
That they bought out who?
Their competition. That's what someone speculated.
Oh, my God.
I love it. Let's see, what else do I got for you here? There's a couple I'm going to save for the main event because they have to do with AJ Styles. Vince Russo is entering the Denver Seminary School on May 24th. He wrote a letter regarding his frustration of wrestling, saying that he was in deep depression from WCW, and that until 6 months ago. TNA was no different than WCW, saying it's every man for himself, dog eat dog, and total paranoia and politics.
You know, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand that stuff, dude. Like, his job is literally to listen to Jeff Jarrett and then write television.
Right.
If the boss doesn't want something, then just don't do it.
Wait, he goes, James Storm and Dusty Rhodes are being interviewed. Scott Hudson goes, it looks like you're in one of your moods again. Could he tell from his face?
Well, it's non-title, so I feel like they're going to win.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. Sorry about your luck. Oh, he didn't say damn.
Oh, my God.
The luck has ran out, baby.
They must be very strict.
Mudhole's ready to get stomped in you. Okay, as well, you know, we'll see if he says anything good, and then I'll give you another one. He's ready. Dusty's pumped up. He's just rambling. It's time for a good ass whipping. Do you ever notice when Dusty talks really fast, he breathes, and it's always like,
yeah, you can hear that. Yeah,
dude. Once I heard that, I can't get it out of my head.
He just did it again.
I know.
It's like he's gasping for air.
Right. Oh, Kid Kash has a tongue as long as the Nile River. He wouldn't know smack if I came up and slapped him in the face. There's a storm coming.
And he looks at James Storm.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
James Storm, coming. And Dusty Rhodes is coming with him. Okay, are you ready? Let's go. Let's do this. Kid Kash coming out now. Okay, Bob, do you want to know who's backstage at Judgment Day?
Okay, so it's a TNA guy. Right?
Yeah. A TNA guy, an alum, and someone who's been rumored to come in.
Wait, so it's one person?
No, there's 3.
3? Holy shit.
But only one is active in our company right now. As Dallas is carrying a trash can full of shit. Okay, so among those backstage at the show. Here, I'll give you the two you are that aren't with us, and you can try to guess the other one. Okay. Diamond Dallas Page, Sean Waltman, and one more.
So he would be here.
We have not seen him on this show yet.
Ron Killings.
No, pretty close.
BG James.
Very close.
Not Conan.
The K-Dog, baby.
What?
Conan
Was there? Why?
Yeah. James Storm's coming out now. It's noted here, Page, DDP, talked at length to John Laurinaitis and Triple H. He was said to have looked in good condition. Not that he was thickly muscled, but was lean and physically looked good for a guy his age. With a physical comparison made to a guy like Christian. Now, I'm only talking about this because we've also mentioned DDP coming in potentially. So, Waltman was wanting to get back into the business either with TNA or WWE, and talked at length to Triple H about coming back. Now, the one that we're most interested in, of course, Conan. Okay, so Conan, who had Eddie Guerrero and Mysterio go to bat for him, was offered an announcing job pending his status with TNA. Conan is said to be earning about $500 per week from TNA. He signed a contract for a year, which has long since expired, but the contract gives TNA a second-year option, which hasn't expired. Conan was asking for a wrestling spot, but they were negative on that. The Conan thing was pretty controversial in the sense that Guerrero, who has a lot of power these days, was strong for him.
Yeah, I absolutely, if I was WWE, would not be offering him an in-ring spot.
In 2004?
There's no way. Broadcasting, I'm assuming Spanish, is what they would be doing.
I would assume.
So, I guess that I could do with. But
Kid Kash and Dallas ready to fight. Cash has that pole in his hand. I do think that even looking at Dallas in the ring, like, you can tell he's much more comfortable than he was his first appearance or two.
Yeah. I have some indie notes here for Dusty. Now, we haven't seen Dusty compete in the ring since November 26, 2000. Jeff Jarrett to a no contest in a Fans Revenge Lumberjack strap match.
Oh my God, the Fans Revenge match? What was the date on that again? Because you cut out a little bit.
November 26, 2002.
Wow.
Here's a fun match. On November 29, 2003, and I know I'm only noting interesting things here. He teamed up with Bubba the Love Sponge.
Oh.
To defeat Kevin Sullivan and Ralph Mosca for Full Impact Pro.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Return of the Dream. Back on December 12, 2003, he defeated Jerry Lawler for IWC in a match where Mick Foley was the special referee. And let me tell you, that match sucks. I've watched that one. He had a 0-1 tour where he teamed up with Dusty Rhodes Jr.
What?
Losing to Kojima and Otani.
Dusty Rhodes Jr.?
Yeah, man.
Is it Dustin?
It's Dustin.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Dusty teamed with Tom Howard on March 5th to lose to Dusty Rhodes Jr. and Steve Corino in 0-1. And the most recent indie match, or I guess Japan match, Dusty Rhodes defeated Steve Corino for Hustle on May 8th. So I'm really intrigued by the Bubba the Love Sponge match, teaming up with him. That just seems...
Well, yeah, that's ridiculous. I actually have some 0-1 notes as well, which is kind of funny. So I guess since you said it, I can tell you now. As they finally lock up, holy crap.
There's one note here for Dallas. On May 8th, he defeated Jeremy Sage in a loser must retire match for PCW in Arlington, Texas. And of course, he was going by the name of Shadow.
Oh, Shadow.
And that's all the indie notes for this match.
Okay, well, let me give you my 0-1 note. I was going to save it because the main thing I wanted to talk about has Styles in it, but I'm realizing there's actually a little bit more to that. So 0-1 actually tried to bring in Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, but they were asking for $50,000 a piece to wrestle.
Holy smokes!
That's not my major note here, but they were only willing to pay $15,000 to $25,000 each, so more than double is what they wanted. This guy just knocked out. Goldberg was supposed to be there. He was not. Anyways, moving forward to stuff that actually affects what we are watching. For the next show, they were working on an ECW match where they do a three-way with Terry Funk, Sabu, and possibly Raven, bringing in Fonzie as Sabu's manager and Francine for Raven, and use an ECW ref and a ring announcer. So they wanted to do like a legitimate ECW match in 0-1. There's also talk about bringing in Abyss to fight God, I'm going to butcher it. Mascarita Sangrata. And that wasn't bad. And then also, there's an idea of doing a pure TNA match with Jeff Jarrett versus AJ Styles being talked about. But the negative is that in Japan, they've got Styles typecast as a junior heavyweight.
Right.
And in Japan, I think they're a little bit more strict about those type of things.
Yeah, I think so.
They also want to bring in Mick Foley in the next show. There's lots of stuff. 0-1 seems very interesting.
Yeah, well, it's funny that you like said that because I'm trying to look up some more like 0-1 stuff. Because if they're trying to do that type of random ass stuff, like I might have to seek this out.
Okay, Bob, this is a bunkhouse brawl match, but you wouldn't know it yet.
Yeah, because they're doing all just regular old wrestling.
I don't like that Dusty's gimmick at this point. Like all his matches in TNA is like I'm gonna sit here and like tease a move, and then I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do my elbow.
Well, like he'll tease it, he'll like wiggle around, and then he does it.
Arm drag by James Storm on Kid Kash.
I've always hated this. They're doing traditional rules for a match that should not have traditional rules.
Time out.
Kid
Kash, yeah, he wants out of this.
He ain't getting one, so tough. Does it give you a rough date on when they're trying to do like the ECW thing or no?
I mean, this is from the May 24th, 2004 Observer, and it's kind of based off of this. So I would say it's probably soon after this show. So either late May, early June, maybe. But yeah, I don't have an exact date.
You know what? I probably would have better luck if I just like looked up Raven or something. Oh, he was not there.
Well, assuming if he actually went.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like that. By the looks of it, at least according to Cage Match, he was not there up until April of 2005.
Oh, jeez. So at least the ECW match they wanted probably didn't happen.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to try one more page. And if he's not there by May of 2006, then I don't think ECW won. And he is not.
Well, did you actually look up their company? Is Kid Kash just controlling the leg of James Storm?
I'm on the thing here. And I don't even know if... Because you said they wanted to do Styles and Jarrett, too?
That was talked about.
Let's see if I can... I mean, I know AJ's been there before. On his own. Where is the...
Going for the ropes. James Storm grabbed it.
Oh, so it doesn't look like he was there either. So I don't think they did either one of the things that you are referencing.
Wow. Well, you know what? You can't have it all.
Apparently not. Power slam by James Storm and Kid Kash. Absolutely zero weapons.
Yeah,
hardly a brawl here, folks.
It's kind of a bummer, man. I was like, oh, okay, a bunkhouse brawl, that's fun. Like, we'll see some crazy weapon shots and whatever. Just brawl all over the arena and have a lot of fun. This is like a regular match. It's a tag match. James Storm's sock is exposed. His boot got slipped off. And this isn't a Conan match, so it wasn't thrown. Wait, the ref is saying you didn't get tagged in.
This is a bunkhouse brawl match. Why are we doing like you didn't see the tag? There shouldn't be any tags.
What
are we doing?
I don't know, man.
Holy shit. Oh my God.
Storm, well, oh my God, Storm didn't realize that Dallas got knocked off the apron, so he still turned around to hit him as he was going back and forth.
Bloopers. Dallas is holding Storm. Kid Kash doing a double springboard. And Dallas caught his own man. So that's
Thank
good.
goodness.
This match is really pissing me off. Storm just did an enziguri with his foot without the boot on. So that was bone to skull contact. So maybe Kid Kash is knocked out.
Oh, Bulldog.
Wheelbarrow Bulldog onto Dallas. Dusty waiting in the corner for a tag in a bunkhouse brawl match.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, to be honest with you. It's happening.
Dusty wasn't even extending his hand out. He's that lazy. He's like, nah.
Oh, he's doing... Oh, elbow on Dallas. Andrew Thomas just like, wait, you did not get tagged, dude.
You didn't see the tag again?
Is he like the NWO ref?
Yeah, is he doing like a Nick Patrick?
He's going to rip off his TNA shirt and it's going to say Kid Kash Dallas. Oh, finally, a fucking trash can. Wait, James Storm got it.
No, he's going to take off his shirt and it's going to say sex.
Sex, they're coming back. Yeah. Oh, Cash went for a springboard and he got hit with a
garbage. I love how the referee can't disqualify, but by God, if you don't see a tag, you ain't coming in, pal.
No, stop. James Storm, stop putting your cowboy hat on before doing the neck breaker. It always falls off. It's silly. Going for the cover. Cash with the pipe. That lead pipe. Now, if you get hit with a lead pipe in your private areas, then you will probably, in the state of California.
Dusty just walked in, and Andrew Thomas was like, okay.
Oh, my God.
Oh, break the table. Oh, he's got the pipe. Cash gave it to TNA. I don't know why he did that. But...
Wait, Dusty's taking his shoe off.
He's taking his shoe off.
Wait, should he use the shoe? Should he use the pipe?
Why is he contemplating on what?
Look at
the pipe.
Throws the shoe to James Storm, even though there's a trash can in the ring. Oh, because Storm needs the boot. It's loaded. It's loaded.
It's probably a steel toe. This is so dumb.
Oh, he hits it.
That should be it.
Wow. Okay, so he won. Bob, that was the worst bunkhouse brawl I've ever seen.
That was bad. That seems like an agent who doesn't know the rules of a bunkhouse brawl.
Something's up with that, for sure. I mean, that was, for a bunkhouse brawl, that was lame. If that was just they told us it was a regular tag match, like, fine.
Right. But you're not living up to the stipulation.
No, so that was kind of a disappointment. But hey, at 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 50 seconds, we only have one match left, and it's a big one. So, whatever.
Yeah, it is a big one. And it's a gauntlet match.
Scott Hudson. He's in the back with Alpha Male Monty Brown, newly under contract. Oh, fuck yeah, look at that outfit.
I do like that shirt.
You have your eyes on that deadly draw?
He said Monty Brown, right? That he couldn't come in? Vince?
Oh, wait, did he?
He said James Storm, Cash, and Dallas. And Sabu. He didn't say Monty Brown either.
No, he didn't say Monty Brown.
So Monty Brown and fucking Jeff Jarrett.
No, take it up. They went to the ground for a second. To the top of the food chain with the alpha male lifts.
You can tell that Scott Hudson enjoys talking to Monty Brown.
Scott Hudson? Look, he's just repeating the question, pretending he's Scott Hudson. Of course I have my eye on it. Takes off his jacket. Are you assuming a defensive position, Scott? Look, he looks like he's about to attack Scott Hudson.
No, please, God, no.
If you look him in the eyes, it's an act of aggression.
Scott Hudson is trying not to laugh right now. Look at him. He's smirking so hard.
Of course I will hit my eye.
What is in his mouth? Is he chewing gum?
No, he's got a tongue piercing.
Is his tongue swollen? It looks like he's chewing something.
Well, he might be chewing gum too then.
Yeah, there's definitely something in his cheek.
One of you unfaithful little Omega males. The Serengeti Slayer.
I like that name. And feel.
And
tell me, please.
After it's all said and done, someone will be the prey and someone will be the predator. And you're looking at the predator. So he's like planning to go after whoever wins.
Yeah. Pounce. Huh?
Period. Dude.
Put the title on Monty Brown.
Dude.
Come on.
What do we have to do to get him back on my TV somewhere? What needs to be done?
Yeah.
What needs to be done? Incredible. We're at the announce table. Don West and Mike tonight. I'd give you some notes here, but they always announce matches, so I kind of want to wait a second.
Well, they're just going to announce like the World X Cup stuff that we already know about.
Oh, that's a good point. No, that's a good point, actually. Okay, so I want to try to get through a bunch of notes here because I want to try to enjoy that main event as much as we can. Jeff Jarrett was on the Best Damn Sports Show, and instead of putting over talent he showed clips of Brian Urlacher, which Dave says he would have brought that clip as well. The Tennessee Titans, which was 2 years ago, and he talked about Hulk Hogan. Also, there is at least one wrestler who was told that he could book his own indie dates with promoters and that he had a relationship with and not give up 15% and not have to get 50% up front. Of course, they wanted everyone to sign contracts, a contract edition that would give the company booking rights. The problem with that is if the company is negotiating for a wrestler or a promoter on a date, the wrestler himself is negotiating with a different promoter. So we don't know who it is, but someone.
I'm going to say Raven.
I kind of think it's someone like that as well.
Yeah, it's a bigger name.
This is also interesting, and if Monty Brown wasn't so entertaining, I probably would have told you then. Well, wait a second. Who's this? Oh, Team NWA is coming out. Hold on a second. You don't have to hype next week because everybody knows what's happening next week. If Bob was in the crowd, he'd be like, I know who won the Ultimate X. Try to get it on camera.
Ultimate X is really good.
Daniels won. Just started screaming like random people. It was Jerry Lynn.
He better not promote Ultimate X.
He's talking about all the teams. The most prestigious wrestling company in Japan today. Well, there he goes, losing his Japan bookings.
Over New Japan? What the hell?
Well, I think All Japan might have been bigger still at this time, but...
Really? Well, maybe.
Austin would know more than I would. I'd need to ask Austin, but... Doesn't matter if it's Lucha Libre, Japanese style.
Invented the X Division style. Perfected it.
Wow. And next week, the four men that stand before you are going to take back what rightfully ours. Well, you can't take it back if you never had it, but...
Right.
That's the gospel according to the
they say.
angel.
Possession is 9/10 of the law.
There you go, baby. You know what? I want Bob Blake very badly, and if any of our listeners have one, this is like dead serious. This isn't like a joke. I want one of those microphone things that they put on the microphone. I want that.
Like the logo?
Yeah, the little like microphone slide thing.
Yeah.
I want one of those. Oh, BG James Conan backstage.
D.J. James has been wearing the same shirt for about 4 weeks now.
At least 4 weeks. If either one of you guys interfere in the match, you're going to be fired. Conan looks like he's going to golf with Kerwin White later.
Conan's like, yo, Scott Hudson, I don't care, because guess what? I got a WWE contract just waiting for me, dog, to be a new broadcaster.
Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe he's about to get released.
So he can go there.
Dude, do you remember Kerwin White? You didn't laugh at that joke, and I thought that was funny.
What about Kerwin White? About
I said Conan. No, I said Conan looks like he's going to go golf with him.
Golfing, yeah. Well, Kerwin White, it was like, I think next year.
Okay, fine. But, you know.
No, I know. I did like that.
You think we're going to sit back idly?
But brother.
You got another thing coming.
Didn't Kerwin White, like, wasn't he, like, anti-Mexican? Like, he hated his own, like...
Well, because it's Chavo.
Right.
I don't remember the exact... I mean, I was a kid, but...
Pretty sure that's what it was.
Okay, video package, hyping up the Deadly Draw. So let me keep going here. Got a little bit more for you, bud. The company is said to be making new ring outfits for everyone. The wrestlers were also told to dress up, coming to the building for shows from this point forward, because there's this mentality that the old-timers have, that there may be some truth to it, that there is people who won't pay to see people like themselves, so to be a star, you have to dress like a star, and stay away from being buddies with the fans. You should be nice to the fans, but the idea of drinking a beer with them for an hour after the show in the parking lot isn't a good idea.
I can see that.
But I like the more interesting part of that to me is them making new outfits for everyone. I think that's pretty cool.
That would explain. Well, they also have to dress up. That would explain Elix Skipper's shirt.
Well, we've noticed though they did that for a while, like the dress up thing. I mean, this is interesting, but they look to be phasing out the NWA name since they don't own it. Right. They've set up a new TNA Wrestling website domain name, and on their current NWA-TNA.com website, all the NWA references are gone except for the small NWA logo and the belts being called the NWA World Heavyweight and NWA World Tag Team. But the references to the product is now being called TNA Wrestling.
But what's weird is like they still have NWA for like 3 years.
Right.
So much, I guess, for that, really, at the end of the day.
Well, they do tone it down though, for sure. I think I actually only got one more, if I'm looking correctly. And actually, it's about kind of related to. Although I'll wait till indie notes because it bounces off one of your indie notes. This is a long video package. Maybe it just feels long because I'm ready for the match. I don't know.
No, I think it's been long. It's been going on for I think almost 3 minutes.
So now we're seeing some videos of them talking. I do like that they do like newer interview like things like this inserted into the highlight packages.
Yeah.
When I'm done with that. Well, Raven says when he's done with this, he's coming for Sabu.
I wouldn't be opposed to a Raven Sabu match for the NWA World Title.
It'd be interesting. I mean, Sabu did get a shot when Ken Shamrock was champion way back in 2002.
I believe Sabu was technically a former NWA champion.
Oh, you know what? You might be freaking right about that. That's such a weird thought. Vince, your problems become mine.
Vince, your problems become mine, Vince.
If AJ Styles survives the Deadly Draw.
It's Dale.
Yep, I do. I only got one more note. Here we go, man. NWA Heavyweight Championship. The Deadly Draw. Let's go to the tail of the tape. Look at this. Look at that old-ass Raven and Styles picture. Even Truth might be pretty old.
That Truth picture is from his first title reign, I think.
That's what I thought.
Or his only, right? His only title reign?
No rest for the champ.
And that Raven one is like when he first got here.
Yeah, dude, that's wicked early.
But you know what? There's no real reason to update it, so who cares?
Yeah, they just looked completely different. Styles is, you can tell he's got the cocky face because he's the heel in that one. Harris, they took, we're like, hey, bro, we got to take a picture. And he's like, what? And then they took it. Deadly draw. AJ's toughest test.
I am actually looking forward to this match.
No, I think this is going to be pretty good. And Styles coming out first. Bob, do you want to start doing your indie notes during entrances here? There's probably not much, I bet, because of who's in the match. But
yeah, I should be able to burn through these. AJ, let's see. He, on May 14th, he defeated Danny Daniels to retain the NWA World Title for NWA No Limits in Rock Island, Illinois. And then on May 15th, he wrestled Christopher Daniels to a 30-minute time limit draw for 3PW.
Oh, yes. That's what I have to talk about.
That's what I figured that's what it was.
But you can go ahead and finish, and then I will. I'll talk about that.
I feel like Harrison.
Styles has some new shiny gear tonight.
Is that new? That is new gear. Is that new? Silver?
I don't think I've seen the silver.
I think that's new. Raven, he won the USA Pro Heavyweight Championship when he defeated Shane Douglas inside of a steel cage.
Whoa.
On May 14th for USA Pro at Deadly Sins, and that was in New York City. And I have been trying to find that show, but apparently it doesn't exist. Oh, you know what? It's a gauntlet match. So, of course, not all the guys are coming out. So that might be... So AJ does not have... That's probably what they meant, right? That he doesn't have the ability to rest because he's starting off.
Yeah, I didn't... That is surprising, though, that they're having the champion start off the gauntlet.
Well, he is a fighting champion.
He is a fighting champion. Let's go to JB.
There is nothing for Ron Killings. And then let's see if there's a random Chris Harris indie appearance. And it looks like... Well, I guess... I don't know if I mentioned this, but back on May 1st, Chris Harris defeated Matt Parks, who I don't know who that is, for NWF in Fairfield, Ohio. Who is Matt Parks? Somebody that I would know previously? No.
Okay.
All right, and that's all there is.
Nice. Okay, so we're introducing Harris and Styles like it's a boxing match right now.
You think after every entrance he's going to do that?
No, but they probably should.
Kind of funny.
So it's noted that Daniels and Styles 3PW match, they tore the house down on the May 15th show, and that's at the new Albera Arena, which is the ECW arena in Philadelphia. They went to a 30-minute draw and then asked for 5 minutes, and they went to the draw again. So it was an extra long one. It also is apparently building to a June 19th show where they will wrestle a 60-minute time limit. And it was reported by several sources that it was the greatest match in the history of the promotion. There was a fuck TNA chant when the match started, and that isn't good when the hardcore audience hates a company trying to be the underdog. Styles was also not announced as the NWA World Champion, nor did he wear the belt to the ring.
So I reviewed that show, the May 15th one.
Really?
Do you want to guess on how many stars I gave it?
That match?
Because did Dave say that they tore it down?
Yes. I'm going to say you gave it 4 stars.
I gave it 3.25.
Oh, I almost said that.
It's a good match, but to fill a half hour, you gotta kill some time, and that's kind of what
Harris immediately hits his spear. We got the countdown for 5 minutes in the corner here for our next person to enter.
They don't have a 60-minute Iron Man match. Not that I remember.
It's just time limit. It just says time limit.
There's a no time limit match.
Oh, maybe that's kind of what it's referencing. Is that June 19th?
July 7th. June 19th. They don't have. I mean, AJ's on that show, but it's not against Daniels.
Oh, okay.
So there's a no limits match, and because they have like they have a handful of matches.
Also, apparently, it's funny because after they went 35 minutes, Daniels again asked if the crowd wanted 5 more minutes, which they, of course, popped for. And then he said that he didn't want to because the fans already got their money's worth and insulted Styles. So he was like, nah.
That's good. I wonder if they did have a... I feel like they had another one. Oh, okay, I guess they had a match where it was just eventually for the title, and there's not a 60-minute match. 3PW, if you want some... 3PW is basically TNA 2002 for the entire run.
Really? I haven't seen
stuff with some good wrestling.
I don't know if I've ever seen any 3PW, but it seems interesting.
It's not bad. I liked it.
Are they still an active company?
No.
I didn't think so.
They went out of business in, I think, June 2005, right before like the ECW like reunions and stuff.
Oh, okay. Did they always run the ECW arena?
For most of it, they did. There was a period of time where they had to wrestle like at a bar because XPW took over the ECW arena. The Electric Factory or whatever. I don't know if it was a bar. I think it was like a club, maybe.
Okay. Interesting. Harris just laying in some of those southpaw shots. Whip Styles in the corner. Styles gets a boot up. We're down to 2 minutes, 22 seconds of our next entrant. And we are at 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 59 seconds, if you're following along at home.
I like it. I feel like these 5 minutes are long as hell. Pele kick replay. Guys in the truck.
Guys in the truck. Bring them all out. I want chaos right now. That's like what I'm in the mood for.
No, you don't. Scoop slam, going off the ropes, looking for a knee drop, and he hits it. 1, 2, no.
You got it too.
Who's going to be the next entrant? I think it's going to be Raven.
I was actually thinking Raven's going to be last. But you know what? Well, I don't know, because these guys are both faces. I was going to say...
I just realized 3 out of the 4 are, in fact, baby faces. That's kind of weird. Maybe it will be Ron.
Okay, we're about to be at a minute.
I'm going to say Ron. It's going to be Ron.
Minute. We're under a minute officially here.
Chopping away on Wildcat. Is it 5 minutes for each one, or is it 5 and then 2, 2, 2?
No, I think it's 5. It's kind of a weird... I didn't realize that when they announced this match last week that there was like a weird stipulation to it.
I don't think they said that. I think they just made it sound like a 4-way.
With like a cool name.
I thought it was too.
You can... I don't know if you're noticing, Bob. The crowd is slowly dying out. Like, they're much quieter in this match than they've been all night.
Well, here's the thing. There isn't going to be a winner for at least 15 more minutes.
Right.
So, there's nothing to get excited about, because either one of these guys get a pinfall. It's just an elimination, right?
Right. 5, 4, 3, 2. Catatonic.
1.
Wait, he can't go for the pin. He's got to wait.
Pin him?
Oh, shit. Raven's in.
Wow, he slid in there before his music even started.
Oh, that's crazy.
That was weird that he couldn't pin the guy.
It's like, there's not a 5-minute countdown yet. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Well, that was a late start.
Wait a second. He just said he could have eliminated AJ Styles, so this is also elimination?
That's what I thought.
Oh, I didn't get that. Okay. It's kind of weird.
And that's why I think the crowd would be kind of burnt out, because you're not going to know the winner of the match until at least 10 minutes now.
Right. If we were in the building, I probably would ask you, hey, Bob, can you go grab us some cotton candy and popcorn for us? Because we're going to be here for at least 20 minutes.
Yeah, now if it was just a regular four-way, then that's not happening.
No.
Because we'd be like, oh, shit, you never know.
Or now I need some cotton candy.
Oh, my God. He knocks so loudly, somebody always hears. Because you think you hear him knocking, think him coming in.
Think he's coming in. That's right. We're under 4 minutes already. See, we're flying by now. Raven's in the ring. Raven makes time go faster. We've adjusted our time here to go 1.25 seconds. Okay, we're under 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. Styles gets kicked out of the ring.
Oh, he's Jeff Jarrett with the guitar.
Jeff Jarrett comes in. He said, oh, the RavenEffect.com. I believe that's still his website.
Really?
Let me check. We got time. I'll take a look. It was, though. Oh, speaking of, going for the Raven Effect, Styles stopping that. Going for a Styles clash. And nope.
You know, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but Raven has clotheslined Harris after Styles death. But did you know that Crash Holly stole the Styles clash?
I did not know that.
I was watching a September 2002 Velocity. Crash Holly hit the Styles clash, or as he called it, the crash landing.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, it only took 2 months of TNA being going on here for the Styles clash to be stolen.
Don't worry, Michelle McCool stole it as well, but
I do remember that.
So the RavenEffect.com is his official website. The weird thing about it is it doesn't look like there's been any official updates since January 21st, 2020. But it does have like a feed to his Twitter and like links to his Patreon and stuff like that. So there's still like recent stuff on it.
Yeah.
His podcast, there's a feed for that as well. But it hasn't like, because there's like an updates section, and that hasn't actually been updated. 3-way headlock. I guess it's a 2-way, but 3 guys.
I was going to say it's a double sleeper. Raven's got one on Styles, and Harris has got one on Raven. Styles looks like he is passing out, but he breaks free with a double jawbreaker. One minute, 50 seconds now until Ron the Truth Killings comes out. And then at that point, there's no more time. It's just eliminations.
Why does Raven not have a shirt that says, I think you hear me knocking, I think I'm coming in?
It's a missed opportunity.
If I got the chance to meet Raven again, I'd have him sign a promo with that. I think you hear me knocking. I think I'm coming in.
You know what? And then he'd be like, I knew that one worked.
I knew it worked. That's why I kept it up. Harris breaking up the pin.
That's why he said it for almost a year.
Dude, we're over a year now, I think. Well, no, we're not, because no, we're not. No, you're right. Holy shit, I feel like he's been here for so long, so much longer.
Because he didn't start saying it till like near the end of 03, I feel like.
No, you're right.
It's a late 03.
We're under a minute, 54 seconds.
Brainbuster. Raven going for the cover. Now, why would you break it up? It's elimination. Let him pin him. Help him. Hold him down. AJ, you know what? AJ deserves to lose because he doesn't know the rules. Raven super kicking Chris Harris because Styles moved out of the way. Disc is clothesline by Styles. But he can't follow up on that either. All 3 men down. Ron Killings could run down right now and probably cover all 3 men and win.
Eliminate all of them. 4, 3, 2, 1. This mother is a bad jam. Beware. The other song's better. I don't care what anyone says. Well, he's taking his sweet time coming down.
Yeah, well, no reason for him to run in there. Cleaning house. The crowd is dead for that. He's doing some dance moves. I was anticipating more of a crowd reaction for Ron, and really
they're probably exhausted, Bob.
That's true.
And that spinning forearm. She's doing the split. Comes back with that kick. Raven was almost too far away, but he just got him with his foot. So Killing's got his Styles all to himself.
Going for the scissors kick. No, Raven pulls it.
It's an axe kick, but he got pulled out.
Scissors.
I'm going to try to ask Ron Killings on Twitter. And is this an axe kick like Mike Tenay says or a scissors kick like Bob says? And he's going to say, it's an axe kick, brother. Styles on the top rope. Holy shit. Springboard shooting star press to the floor. Knocking down all three men. He's dead. We definitely need to see that again. Keith in the truck. Oh, wow. Show us a goddamn replay.
We need a replay.
We're all dead. If Raven farts, Harris is done. He's sitting between his legs.
Yeah.
And look who is watching in the back, Bob.
Monty Brown.
The alpha male stalking his prey.
I'm getting nervous because we have not heard much of anything from Jeff Jarrett. And that's usually not a good sign.
Yeah, well, what's that mean, Bob? It means he's here.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to do something.
No promos, no mention of his name even once. They want you to forget about him. He's going to come out.
Russo wasn't even like, he's banned from ringside. Like, no, he can come out. Trading some right hands here in the middle of the ring. Knee lift by Ron.
Back up out. Going for a nice high kick, but he misses it. Truth going for one. He ducks too. Oh, and Seguri.
Oh, kick to the back of the head.
Styles going for a cover. Very slow.
2.
It's a 2 count. Oh. Monty Brown is looking with intent. Weird. He's sitting in front of the screen like a normal person. Huh.
Yeah. He's not standing up and to the side.
Looking over his shoulder at it like this.
Whoa. This does not hurt my neck at all.
I hate that shit so much. Or when it's like a group of people and there's like 2 on each side and they're all like.
Yeah.
Oh, Truth going for a muscle buster on Styles? Oh.
God.
Creeps down on his knees.
It looked pretty devastating. True.
1, 2. Harris breaks it up during the replay.
That was maybe one of the slowest counts by Rudy Charles.
It's the drama.
Ever.
The drama.
Is that what we're calling it? Drama?
Storytelling. As Harris lays in the left hands on Killings.
Chris Harris grabbing Ron. Killings delivering some left-hand punches. I wonder if James Storm is watching the match. We haven't seen him, so he probably isn't. But we know Mountie is. Monty Brown is. Going for a sharpshooter. Who's this guy? Bret Hart? Well, Raven just casually walks over, stares up, punches in the face. Harris was like, just hit me. It's fine. Now, they better not let go. It's elimination. So both of them should just tap. Who cares?
That's a good point. Look at him twisting the leg of Raven. Ready? He's going for another one. Ready? Oh. Fans are chanting for Truth.
Come on. Oh, Raven kicks Styles into Harris. That breaks up the submissions.
That's right, baby.
I feel like no one really submits to a sharpshooter anymore.
No, they don't. Styles going on the top, but he gets pushed off the post to the floor. Oh, catatonic by Harris. Let's see.
Oh, and
nope, Raven stops it, which is weird. Oh, super kick by Raven.
I feel like they don't understand the rules of the match.
Maybe they just want to be the one who does it.
Yes, but when it's elimination, I mean, I'd rather, them eliminate each other and then I just swoop in later and win.
Styles sliding into the ring. Truth is in there.
If this was Excite Wrestling, they'd have probably a count out.
A count out, yeah. Oh, high kick by Styles.
Kicked him right in the face. We got 4 minutes left in the show.
Holy crap.
No one's been eliminated yet. Monkey or catapult, no. Ron sitting AJ on the top rope and delivered a right hand. What is he going to go for? Is he going to go for a Hurricane Rana? He's up there.
Oh. Styles caught him. He's looking for a Styles clash, maybe. Killing slips out. Styles with a sunset flip, going for the cover. Nope. Pulls him up. Styles clash.
Is that elimination? One, two.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Raven breaks it up. They got to hustle up with freaking 3 eliminations. What are we doing?
I got a bad feeling about this, Bob.
What if it's not elimination? And they're like, it looks like it's not one.
I'm sort of thinking that, too. Raven in this position for Styles clash. What's that?
Is it Jeff Jarrett? I knew it. No. Jeff Jarrett was never mentioned, Don.
Oh, shit.
Oh, and he smashes
shit, dude.
TNA does mention that Russo did not say Jarrett's name. Even Flo.
Andrew Thomas trying to get him out.
1, 2.
Oh.
Harris pulls him out. I don't think this is elimination, Dallas.
I don't either.
I think they got the rules messed up.
Harris is on the top.
Jeff Jarrett's probably like, shit, I didn't want Chris Harris to win. Elbow drop. That didn't look too bad.
Is Styles busted open? Yeah, he must be.
Ron Killings pulls out the referee. And the drama. Raven Harris going over the top to the floor. Styles struggling to get to his feet. Ron's on the top rope.
Killings on the top. Oh my God.
Scissors kick off the top rope.
Yeah, he hit that axe kick right from the top.
1, 2, 3.
What?
Ron Killings is
What?
Wait. Vince Russo's like, no. He's got the belt. He's confused. What happened? He's like, what happened?
B. James Conan ringside.
What do you mean, what happened, Vince? Were you not watching the match? And also, Andrew Thomas has a broken guitar in his hand.
In his hand, dude. Jarrett's like, what's going on?
Haven't they reversed decisions before because of this shit? Yeah, Andrew Thomas, thank you.
Oh my God.
Get out of here.
JB's even up there.
JB, I can't overturn a referee's decision.
They've said that before. The decision stands. Holy shit, dude. Ron Killings is your new NWA champion.
Yeah, but now Jarrett's like, I want my rematch. He knows he can beat Ron. That's why.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, it's interesting, Bob, because they've, we read these rumors that it was going to be the beatdown on Styles, and Styles would lose because of that, and now we've pivoted.
Right.
Wow, dude, I really, really did not expect this.
Okay, so this
Killings going in the face of Jarrett.
Yeah, there's no way Ron Killings is going into the Impact era as the freaking world champion. There's no way. And that wraps up the show. 1 hour, 53 minutes, 10 seconds. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way that Ron is making it to the first episode of Impact. So you got to do something on the June 2nd show or whatever.
Yeah, so let's see here. Because next week we got the World X Cup. Right.
So it'll be nothing new there.
Nothing new. And that's May 26th. Right. So after that, yeah, we got the June 2nd show. And they're gotta be doing something. We don't know any details about that show at all.
Could it be, does Jeff win it on the first Impact?
I could see that happening. That'd be huge. That'd be a good way to start TV, I would say.
That'd be a pretty big moment.
Yeah. So Bob, what do you think about that show overall?
Like I said I wasn't gonna do thumbs in the middle. So I can't say it was bad. So I'm gonna go a slight thumbs up.
I don't think it was bad. Yeah, anyway, though, really.
No, I mean the bunkhouse brawl was annoying.
Okay, that was the only thing on the show that I really didn't like.
And and the main event annoyed me as well because they definitely said it was elimination, right?
Yeah, there's definitely some confusion there.
And it was not elimination. And then also Russo has changed the referee's decision before, thrown something out, and now suddenly he doesn't do that. And I'm wondering if it's like a way to prove himself to the 3 Live crew.
Right. I'm a little confused.
Faces and stuff, so I don't know.
I'm confused why he even bothered coming out then.
Well, how are you going to come out and be like, what happened? Like, it's a main event you booked. You're running the show.
You're definitely watching it backstage.
You gotta be watching this fucking man. And then Andrew Thomas is like, with broken guitar in his hand, Jeff Jarrett came out. What do you mean Jeff Jarrett came out? There's no way.
What do you mean?
And it's like, come on. It's right there. What are you talking about?
Right.
So I think to an extent, some of that is like insulting the fans' intelligence. Like,
yeah, I think that's fair to say.
Like, of course you know what's going on. And of course, like, you see the freaking broken guitar. Like, who uses a guitar? One guy, and he wasn't even in the match. Although I do like TNA not insulting us by saying, "Oh, Russo never said Jarrett."
Yeah.
Jarrett could ruin it. So there's that technicality too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it for the most part. So no complaints for me. Except the bunkhouse brawl, but I already mentioned that. Okay. So yeah, next week, Bob, the World X Cup. We know there's a 16-man gauntlet. There's going to be 2 tag team matches. There's a ladder match and an Ultimate X match. How can they fuck that up?
I hope
Tune in next week, and we'll find out.
I can't believe that they're doing a ladder match and an Ultimate X match. That seems a bit crazy. I mean, you're just setting yourself up for some redundancy, maybe. But...
No, dude, it's not a ladder match. Ultimate X is different.
I know. The Ultimate X is like replacing the ladder match, but then you also have a ladder match.
Right. Well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, they ladder match. They have the belt up on the Ultimate X structure, so then it's really... I'm kidding. They're not doing that because it was filmed on a different day, but...
Well, right.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm excited for it for the first time. One of the tape shows that actually looks promising. And then after that, dude, guys, we're about to be at Impact.
We have one more. So after the next week, we have one more.
And then our first episode.
And then
of Impact.
Literally, technically, 2 days later, first Impact.
Are you guys ready? Are you ready for Impact Wrestling? I am.
I'm excited for it, dude, because I'm telling you, I have not, like I've said before, I have not watched 2004 Impacts. If I watched it since it aired originally.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild.
I didn't even review them for wrestling recaps. So
I'm also very excited for the second anniversary because there is something pretty big that happens at that show, and I remember it very well. So I'm pretty excited about that show as well. And I hope you guys are excited as well. And as always, if you are not following us on our social media channels, well, first off, what are you doing? Because there's some really great stuff over there. At Cross the Line TNA on Twitter. At TNA Cross the Line Pod on Facebook. And subscribe to our YouTube channel, which may or may not be updated by the time you listen to this. However, you guys know where to listen to us. Early ad-free, baby. We're all over the place. Podbean, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it, we're on it. And if you are enjoying the show, please leave us a review and share us around.
Yeah, tell your friends, tell your families. You know what? If you hate us, tell people you don't like, and they can waste 2.5 hours listening to us talk about a wrestling show that maybe they don't even know exists, nor do they care about. But we care about TNA Impact. It's continued to be a lot of fun. Dallas, are you all set for next week or what?
Yeah, man, I am so ready. Ultimate X. Let's go.
All right, then. Until next week, for Dallas Gridley, I am Bob Colling Jr., and this has been the TNA Crossline Podcast.
This mother is a bad jam.
Beware, coming for you. The remix. 3 Live Crew, still getting rowdy. But I didn't say. Oh, you didn't know? We the 3LK. Beware. It's the remix. And we still getting rowdy. Oh, you didn't know that we the 3LK. Mic check, testing the mic. 1, 2, 3. You got the truth, K-Dog and BG. And we do the damn thing because we can. And I am the Suntan Superman. I be stepping like the big black incredible Hulk. But hold on, you know what they say, if you study long, you study wrong. At NWA, we be standing strong. We be cooking like neck bone, smoking like Cheech and Chong. Taking no competition, in any opposition. See the 3 Live Crew hit switches. And then we knock the doors down. Hell, we're the NWA Tag Champions now. Beware, coming for you. It's the remix. But 3 Live Crew still getting rowdy. But I didn't say. Oh, you didn't know that we the 3LK. Beware, we're coming for you. It's the remix. 3 Live Crew still getting rowdy. I'm singing orderly. Oh, you didn't know that we the 3LK. Bow, wow, wow, yippee-yo, yippee-yay. Arriba la raza, all day, every day. I'm back with that sick with it though. I'm a pro, I'm a hustler on the grind and attacking that tax-free dough. No, see? No. The 3 Live Crew be like, whoa. Bring it back, give me that flow.
A redneck and a spink backed up by a Negro?
Beware, coming for you. That's the remix. 3 Live Crew, still getting rowdy.
This mother is a bad jam.
Oh, you didn't know? We the 3LK. Beware. It's the remix. And we still getting rowdy. Oh, you didn't know that we the 3LK. Well, coming for you. It's the remix of the 3 Live Crew still getting rowdy.
Because we can, and he is the Suntan Superman.
Total non-stop action. NWA, TNA with satisfaction. Y'all ain't got no party, compared to us, y'all sorry, but we got something for you.
Smoking like Cheech and Chong.
3 Live Crew, hit switches.